Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Today's Monday, May 23rd. What a weekend. I'm recovering. It was a tough, long weekend, long travel day. You had a long travel day. This is Mik'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive. But Floyd, tell me about your travel day coming back from Pebble. You played Spyglass and Pebble.
Spyglass and Pebble. Excellent experience. Highly recommend if you can get out there.
Yes.
Don't talk to any of the people. They are so shoved up their own asshole. It's unbelievable how stuck up these people can be.
That turned them away.
Yeah, well, maybe so. I guess I got to evaluate myself. No, I flipped them. I flipped them good. But I do have one person my curtain call is reserved for, Marshall John at Pebble. I'll see you again. But other than that, great trip. So much fun.
Great trip. How was your weekend? Jay Mitch in the house. How was your weekend?
I had a nice weekend, man. Nice little relaxed weekend.
Nothing?
Not too much. Yeah, nothing too crazy.
Watch the Tigers sweep. Watch the Tigers put themselves back in contention for a host.
Yeah.
Jackie boy, you got big moves coming your way.
Yeah. Well, I was in NOLA this weekend. I was in a NOLA wedding.
Wow.
That was the first ever NOLA wedding.
Now you got to pack.
We got pack.
And you got to make that trek back up to the Northeast.
23 hours.
Something else on
You're
the
driving
list.
that?
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah,
God, that hurts.
Can't you rent a car?
Never mind.
I mean, not rent a car.
This was part of the conversation we should have before, because there was a way to make the 23 hours probably a little more entertaining, but it also would probably be a very mean situation.
Ooh. God.
You know what I mean?
Hit every state.
Yeah, let's not do that. My weekend was great. I was at the Dirty Myrtle Beach. First time ever being in Myrtle Beach. We had a great time. My friend, who's a lifelong best friend of mine, is getting married. We celebrated him. He had a great time. I will not be going to Myrtle Beach probably ever again.
I thought you liked some parts of it.
So there's some things that Myrtle Beach had a lot of things that were very subpar. They had one thing in particular that was very above average, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Ferris wheel.
And we had a good time. We had a great time. The group of guys make the bachelor party. We had an unbelievable group of guys. We had a great little Airbnb. We rented a golf cart the last day, which was a huge mistake. We should have rented all 3 days. We rented the last day. Drove around. A bunch of guys wanted to go play golf for the second day in a row. I wanted some beach time. So me and a few guys said, no. Golf on Friday, beach on Saturday. We're going to hang out. We went to this little beach bar. It was really cool. They had some cornhole. We did all these things. We're watching the LSU game.
Was the cornhole guy there?
Hey, they had a guy bring their own boards.
Wow. Did they shoot
they
it
were
like
at the
you?
hotel.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wait. That was part of the bachelor party?
What?
That was
no.
Let's say.
These guys. So then we're tossing, and they're like telling us that we're not playing regulation. So I was like, hey, guy, we're 18 drinks in. I'm just trying to kill some time.
Did you tell him you came in second place at the Modesto first annual cornhole tournament?
Yeah, the margarita. We should have come.
We came in second?
Yeah, we got. Remember, because we only came out second because they messed the bracket up and they kicked the girls out of their. So we had.
No, they don't know that. Don't tell them that right now.
You think
they'll
listen
listen?
to
If they ever listen to this one, they'll know.
Yeah, they messed up. Lloyd and his brother messed up the brackets. That's what happened. But Myrtle was great.
Wait. One of them caught it too because she was like, "Wait, I thought this was a double elimination." I'm like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to ask."
You gotta buy. You're all so good that we gave you a buy. Instead, y'all got beat 21-2. But Myrtle was good. It was great. We had a good time. Leaving the golf cart, so our Uber was a very experienced guy. Now he was a character. He's a very experienced Uber driver. So he shows
up. Wait, you had the
up.
same Uber driver the whole time?
Well, this is why. Because Myrtle, apparently, there's 7 Uber drivers, the entire city of Myrtle Beach, apparently. Because you can't get... We went to steakhouse, great steakhouse, Saturday night. We go to the steakhouse. We're leaving. And I promise you, we are going to get to sports in a little bit. But I'm leaving the steakhouse, and our other half, the friends, got a Uber XL, and they're going to Broadway because I had a good friend once told me that, hey, make sure you go check out Broadway. It's really fun. And then we get to Broadway, and they don't serve alcohol after midnight going on Saturday night, which is weird. So bad intel.
So through context clues, we can go ahead and say that Broadway wasn't
a good
the
time.
Good thing that it.
So Broadway was not the good thing, right? So then anyway, I'm leaving the steakhouse. The steakhouse was a good thing. So we're leaving the steakhouse. I get my Uber XL. This guy shows up. Actually, it was an Uber Comfort because they didn't have any XL, so it could fit 5. It could fit 4. We had 5.
I could fit more of you.
5 of us. Maybe 6. This guy pulls in the little roundabout, and this is not a joke. I walk up. He has his window. He said, "Mike." I said, "Yep." He goes, "You got 6. I can't take you." He just
Wow.
Did he stop or no?
He didn't stop. He almost ran over. I said, "I wish you had ran over my foot. I could sue Uber." But he didn't even stop. He just kept going. And I'm like,
what was he driving?
Was
it built for comfort?
It wasn't comfort. It wasn't
Speed
as
or comfort?
comfortable as I thought it was going to be. But it was the only thing that was available, so I was like, fuck. So then we get on Uber again, get another one. Guy calls me and says, hey, I'm 4 minutes out. You at the steakhouse? Yes, I'm here. Okay, cool. Hangs up, cancels the Uber. I'm like, so then we sat on the curb for 15 minutes waiting to get a ride. The waitress almost brought us home. We get a ride.
Oh.
Michael.
So then we get a phone call from our boys saying, hey, this place stinks. We're going home. So then we go to this other arcade bar or whatever. So we had a good time because the people I were with, there's things that I wish we'd have done better, but it was good.
Next
It was
time.
a long travel day back.
All right.
I made it back. I'm back here on the show. Sorry for not having a show last Friday. We're not going to have a show this Friday because it's Memorial Day weekend. A lot of people are doing a lot of different things.
Vegas.
And Lloyd just decides to spend all the money on that he has going on 2 trips.
What if I win money there? And I got the Caesars
Ha.
money.
Count cards.
I can. Count to 21.
Speaking of Vegas,
Yeah, Alan.
Speaking of Vegas, we are now proud to announce we talk about sponsors all the time.
Pew, 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 pew.
We have sponsors coming in. We are now partners and sponsors with Caesars Sportsbook. It is official. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you.
Take a bow.
Thank you. I don't want
Caesar actually live here?
Caesar actually.
About to.
So we are now sponsors. We are a Caesars Sportsbook show. They are giving us. We have our own promo code. It is the same. Signing up, you get the same $1,100 risk-free bet, right? So I don't know about you or anybody in here, but I like free money.
I need it.
And
$3?
I like to go and say, hey, I'm gonna put down. You can put down $1,100 in your account and you can bet it on something. And if you lose, you get all that money back into your account. You don't lose any money. That's why it's called risk-free. No risk is involved in this bet. So if you sign up with see, I like to change this promo code. It's a little complicated, but the promo code is Mik'd up, MIKD up, Caesar, CZR. That's how they said. That's how they refer to Caesar in the biz. CZR. So Mik'd up, MIKD UP CZR. We will put it on Twitter. We'll put it on everywhere.
Yeah.
Sign up. Use the promo code. Bet some money. Put some money in your account, and it's up to $1,100 risk-free.
Oh, look at you
bet.
go, Lloyd.
Lloyd,
Boom! Look at this.
you forgot the up.
Oh, Mike Caesar.
Mike Caesar. Mic'd up Caesar.
Mic'd up Caesar. Let's go. 1,100.
So
Do
let's
I
go.
get this?
11. If you will,
I've got to finagle the account.
you have to figure out maybe your girlfriend.
What about her?
But she makes the bet. You make her. Count.
Oh, yes.
Boom. That's how
I
you
thought
do
you
it.
said to help me change. She is the brains. I'm the beauty.
That's how you do it. But yeah, so we have a lot. We also
That's
by
exactly
being-
what we thought. Yeah.
by being a sponsor of Caesar and being partners with Caesar. Does Caesar live here? I think he lives here.
I think he lives here.
He's pager friendly.
We get to
Sneaky hot,
We have a
that
lot
girl was
more
that worked the front desk.
input on boosts and
Yes.
bets, and I get to talk to them weekly based off of LSU's playing. I think that they're gonna go. I can help with the over/under. I can help with maybe
Nice.
increasing the boost of the bets. Maybe putting some parlays with LSU baseball and LSU baseball players that are in the big leagues or whatever.
Buy some points.
And we have some things that I'll help do to be able to boost our odds that when we win, we all make money, which is even more reason why you should sign up using the promo code Mik'd up Caesar, because we are about to win a lot of money. And so
I
that's
think
just
we've
what I
already
wanted to
done it.
say.
Did we already hit our first boost over the weekend?
We did hit a boost. What was the boost? I could not bet because that's another thing that they don't allow you to do in South Carolina is fucking bet.
I
So
know.
I had to call you, and you couldn't even bet with the money I wanted to bet.
Yeah, well, Mikey's units are a little different than my units. He had to come play back in the
Sandbox,
Cracker Jack.
child's play.
Yeah, the Cracker Jack box. So it was a $15 play. I think it was Aaron Nola over 6.5 strikeouts,
He had 9 punchies.
9
Wow,
punchies. So we hit
damn.
that, and LSU just had to win. And they put up 3 touchdowns.
Well, yeah, it was. It was looking a little dicey. After the third inning, it was 6-0, and I was like, oh, okay. And then it was 6. Great response. Response innings, shutdown innings, and response innings are how you win and lose games, right? So Vanderbilt 6-0. Shutdown inning for them would be okay. We scored 6. We're gonna go down and shut down the other team. They're gonna score no runs. That's how you kind of make momentum. Instead, the other team says, oh, okay, instead of being shut down, we're gonna respond, which is a response inning. And they scored 6. Top of the 4th, LSU responds with 3. Okay, this is a ball game. And then it was kind of close. And then it was 9-7. 9-7 going into the 8th, and then boom, 11 runs. 11 runs, 7 RBIs in 1 inning from Braden Jobert, 9 RBIs for the game, 3-run homer, grand slam, 4 hits. I asked this question earlier before the show started. Would you rather go, and I know the answer to this, obviously know the answer to this. Would you rather go 4 for 4 and hit for the cycle, or would you rather go 4 for 4 with 2 homers and miss the cycle? Duh. That was a question.
I'm all about the total bases, baby.
That was a question posed to me. Also, he went 3-run home run and then grand slam same inning. You don't get that if you had he needed a single for the cycle.
You hit the single.
You don't get that. He had a triple, double, and 2 homers.
And SEC Player of the Week.
Duh.
And
He should get National Player of the Week because.
Wait, Jobert got it?
Yep.
I mean, duh.
He should break that thing in half and give it to Cruz.
You should.
I mean, Jobert had a big weekend. He had 9
But from
RBIs.
previous weekends, Cruz has been robbed.
Well,
He
yeah,
continues
no
to
doubt.
keep
Cruz
robbing him
was-
for the week.
Hey,
We
here's
know-
what's going
we
to
know who's at
matter.
the top
The
of
only
his
thing that matters at the end of the year, you look up and Dylan Cruz is All-American and
Hey,
is a
345.
finalist for the Golden Spike. All of that.
25
No one
Jack.
cares player
No
of
one
the
cares
year,
about
whatever.
player of the week, whatever.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever.
Is Jay on? Or
Not yet.
You sent it to him though, right?
I did.
You were the one to call the Cruz home runs to increase. I remember you calling that.
I did. And Bianco said it too. He goes, I wouldn't be surprised if he hit 25. I still think he's gonna hit 25.
Yeah.
Because Bianco said it before the season. He said he was gonna hit 25 plus. He only had,
Shit, you could hit 3 in Hoover.
I think, 17
He's at
before.
19 or 20 right now.
21.
21.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
He went 4 this weekend.
Yeah.
I think he went 3 last weekend.
Because when Bianco came, he was sitting at
That's 7.
17.
He went 14 to 21 in a minute, real quick.
That baseball's big that he's looking at.
I'm sending out the text. The email was sent just to make sure he knows.
And it's right at 11:15.
Well, I was just letting
Yeah.
him
He's
know.
got a lot of meetings.
He's got a lot of meetings, especially this time of day.
No meetings.
No meetings
was
today.
gonna push
Oh,
back this
meetings.
week. Meetings last week, not meetings this week.
Shocking.
No meetings. He's free. He's available. He's in Hoover. He's probably gonna do it from his room. I'm hoping that he does it. It's
He's
the
gonna make a
hotel.
comment.
I can't wait to talk.
He
to
must
him
have
about
known I
it.
wasn't here.
You had a good weekend, didn't you?
I did.
God.
You know, California, man. Have you ever been?
Have I ever been what? To California?
Yeah.
A time or two. Yeah.
Oh,
What'd
so
you
he's
think?
recruiting. Finishing up a recruiting call. Be on there one.
Oh, tell him to come on. Let's hop on with the recruits. Who
Double
Works
double
hard.
call?
Yes.
A little
Works
three-way
hard.
action here.
do you think it is, Mikey Romero?
Mike, you're marrying come to school, coach. I'll tell you that. Unless
Another pandemic hits.
in that, or unless I mean,
Look how much fun Dylan Cruz is
the
having at
pandemic
school.
had honestly the pandemic had nothing with Dylan Cruz coming to school because he was going to be a first rounder anyway. And he was going to get paid the money. His dad said, I'm not going for anything less than $5 million. If you can't pay him that, we're going to school. They said, okay, no. And he said, okay, well, just take your name out the draft. Don't draft him because we're not signing for anything less than that. He comes to school, he's going to make $10 million when he signs, and the number 1 overall pick. So I think he made a good. Maybe that's how you recruit Mikey Romero. Hey, look,
Bet on yourself.
He turned down all this money to go play professional baseball. He came to LSU, and now he's probably going to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft next year, and he's going to make double what he would have signed for at a high school.
I think it's very fair to say.
No,
at
it's
this,
hard to do that,
I think
but
it's very fair at this point to say he's made more money by coming to school.
no doubt. Made more money by coming to school, and now granted, he may have been in the big leagues by 21, but I don't know. Like, that's hard to do, too.
Yeah.
You can't project that. Like, you have to go, you're 18, you're going to be in A-ball. He's in.
He said.
He's in. All right, 30 seconds so we get this set up, and we'll get back to you watching Mik'd Up, brought to you by Starting Unknown if he's out.
No, he's here. He's just in Hoover. His background's not nearly as cool.
I told you he's in Hoover.
I know.
Is he in the
Congratulations,
mall?
Coach.
Was the background of Foot Locker?
Thank you,
Looks
guys.
like some sort of Holiday
taking off
Inn
air?
Express. Huh? No, we're on.
Oh, I thought we were taking a break.
We are.
Wait.
I'm confused as to what's going on.
He didn't start the break yet.
Mik'd Up is brought to you by Law Offices of Lance Beal. Call them today, 337-991-6263. They know what it takes to win. Their practice areas include personal injury, small business, family law, estate planning, with an emphasis in construction law. Your choice for reliable representation. 337-991-6263.
Welcome back to Mik'd Up. We are brought to you by Sterling Automotive, live from Hoover. After coming off a weekend sweep against the Vandy boys, which I can't stand that nickname, is the head ball coach himself, Jay Johnson. Coach, thanks for coming back on the show. Thanks for taking some time out in Hoover. Great weekend. Congratulations. Unbelievable weekend. Great rebound weekend after the weekend before. Obviously, a lot of rumors fly. It's Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Everybody likes to panic a little bit. Press the panic button. Sky's falling. You go back, you rebound, you go to I think Vanderbilt was the number 5 ranked RPI team in the country, and you go out there and you sweep them, and y'all look dominant. What was the difference between the Ole Miss weekend and the Vanderbilt weekend?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. First off, I recovered from the concussion I got from the sky falling on my head. So that's probably
Chicken Littles out there, Coach.
Yeah, so that's the first thing. No, I'm proud of the team. Starts and ends on the mound. We got 2 great starts on Thursday and Friday by Mikhail and Ty Floyd, and that really simplified the game. And then offensively, it was a dominant performance. Obviously, getting Jacob Berry back is a big deal. I mean, you start there. I mean, I try to liken it to this so LSU fans could maybe understand it. It's like take Joe Burrow off the 2019 football team. It's a different deal, and that's what he provides for us. I think Joe Burrow went number 1 overall in the draft. There's a possibility Jacob could go number 1 in a Major League Baseball draft. So getting him back and the quality of at bats and just the dynamic that he has for our team is important. Obviously, Braden Jobert's performance was outstanding. He was just named SEC Player of the Week, so that really lengthened the lineup. Dylan Cruz is the best player in the country, in my opinion, and played like it. So, I mean, there's a lot of factors to it, and really I think it comes down to this: is there's not a whole lot of difference between the number 1 team in the SEC and the number 12 team in the SEC, and I think that's probably hard for people to understand that. The Ole Miss team that played well against us last weekend was a super regional team the previous year with everybody back, and so we just keep our head down and keep working. We're the one group of people that can't get distracted by external things, and our players haven't done that. And we're sitting here in a pretty good spot right now.
Yeah, put yourselves right back in the situation of hosting. Obviously you're not worried about that. You're worried about going out there and winning. You get I think being in the 4C going into the tournament is a huge benefit because you get that bye. You get opportunity to have the teams play a game before they have to play you, and you get a little bit extra rest. Is this the most complete weekend? Obviously, the numbers tell the story, but to me, just watching it as a baseball guy, Ty Floyd seems like he kind of secured that number 2 starter role. Like 2 weekends in a row that he's really, multiple weekends in a row where he's come out and he's pitched multiple innings and he's dominated in that situation, in that role, and then obviously the offensive explosion. To me, it was the first time in a long time that both starters, bullpen, and offense kind of clicked on all cylinders.
Yeah, I think for sure. I think even in the 2 other SEC series that we swept, it was kind of one side was picking up the other, and it was the offense and the bullpen usually picking up the starting pitching. But this weekend we got all 3, as you said. So real complete performance. Especially against a quality opponent like that on the road. And I'm really proud of the team for that. And, it's on to the next.
Coach, congrats on the weekend. I got a question as far as for how the past weekend went. After a pretty much of a letdown weekend the week before, was the message or the sense inside the locker room or the clubhouse the entire week pretty much a sense of urgency and understanding that the Vanderbilt series was very, very, very important for the rest of the year going forward?
Honestly, and this is probably hard for people to understand, I actually went the opposite approach of when you look.
Just get a phone call.
Yeah, it's okay.
Just get a phone call. Recruits.
I feel like we looked a little tired. We're certainly beat up. This is the most injuries I've ever had as a coach, which is something we're trying to persevere and push through right now. But with the energy level maybe being down, bodies both mentally and physically tired, we talked about being positive and having a good mindset, because if you can do that, you can kind of flip the energy of your team. And regardless of what would have happened last weekend, we had still put ourselves in a good position to be in the NCAA tournament. We put ourselves in a good position to be successful no matter where we end up in the NCAA tournament because we've played so well on the road. So we wanted to kind of re-energize our
Coach,
team.
we lost you for a second.
Okay, can you hear me?
Volume is out.
Hello?
We're back in there. Back in there.
Okay.
Now he's getting a call.
Hey, popular man. You're a popular man.
You guys there?
Yeah, we're here. We're here.
Sorry, I apologize. I got 3 phone calls at one time there.
It's okay.
No, so what I was saying was, I'm not sure where I lost you. We just talked about being positive and using that positive energy to kind of pick us up from being a little bit beat up, bodies mentally and physically tired. We put ourselves in a good position. And so just eliminate the drama and go play, focus on the things that have made us successful so far. And I'm proud of the team for doing that. We can't control what anybody says or thinks other than ourselves. So we don't even worry about it. And that's something that I think this team has grown and probably matured from, throughout the course of the year.
Coach, you mentioned injuries. Obviously, you got Jacob Berry back. Is he back? Is he going to be able to go hit both sides of the plate from here on out, or is he just going to be on one side right now? And 2, what's the update on Cade Doty? I know he popped his shoulder back out, popped back in. It's been a reoccurring injury for him. What's the update on him, and can you expect to have him for the tournament?
Yeah, so with Jacob, start there. I think everybody should have a big tip of the hat for what he did this week, and he's a switch hitter. Couldn't quite swing left-handed yet, and went up and went right on right and ended up on base like 9 or 10 times and completely changed the dynamic of the lineup, and which was awesome. It just allowed us to kind of move the offense while the other guys were hitting home runs, which was great. So we'll see. We have to be careful with that in the context of definitely wanting to win this week. And it's something I told the team, like, we want to play well here. Like, take all the hosting and national seeds and all that stuff off the table. Like, we just want to play well, but it's a real injury. Like, it's a broken finger. And so we have to manage what he can or can't do. So that's kind of day-to-day at this point in time. With Cade, it's kind of the same thing. I think the good news is the injury Cade had, he has had before, and it's been about a 5 to 7 day recovery of him getting back to 100% and playing full strength off of that. So we're probably not going to know till Wednesday. So, I mean, more importantly than just the conference standings and not having to play tomorrow is giving us another day for those guys maybe to get a little healthier. But the bottom line is we have to have them the following weekend.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do what we need to do to make sure they're as close to 100% the following weekend as we can.
Absolutely. Coach, I mentioned it a little bit earlier. Obviously, going into the postseason, and you've been in the postseason in your career, you've been to Omaha. When the SEC tournament starts, the regional start, super regional start, you would like to have a rotation of starting pitchers that you're confident giving you 5+ innings. Is Ty Floyd that second guy for you? I know I alluded to a little earlier, but I didn't really ask the question. Has he kind of secured that number 2 starter role?
I don't know that you even talk about it as like a number 2 starter right now. I think the postseason for me is based on how do we match up. You know what I mean? So going into this weekend, I mean, he did throw Friday. So for me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to throw him on Wednesday.
Right.
So I doubt we would do that. I would imagine he'll pitch, either Thursday or Friday this week. And then the following week, everybody will have 7 days, so you can kind of set it up any way that you want to set it up based on who you're playing. But I'm proud of him. He's certainly got good talent, but about three or 4 weeks ago, he made some tweaks mentally and physically. And it's resulted in 5 really good outings in a row. And that's a great sign for our team and something we've been missing for a while.
Speaking of tweaks, Jobert said he switched. It looks to me like he lowered his hands. He said he made some tweaks in his stance. And I've never had 9 RBIs in a game. I've never had 7 RBIs in an inning. So it worked. What went into that? And can you talk a little bit about that? Because his Saturday game was unbelievable.
Unbelievable game. One of the best games, individual performances I've ever seen a player have. I think Monday after the Ole Miss series, we were just kind of looking for anything that we could do to improve. And Coach Wanaka and I were texting back and forth Monday night of like, hey, we got to do something. He had really, really struggled. It was I didn't really want to make a lineup change because I think the upside of his ability supersedes anybody else we could put in for him, which is why we've kind of just left him in there. But at the same time, he was struggling. So Coach Wanaka suggested maybe lowering his hands and asked me what I thought of that. I said, I think we should do it. It might get him connected, tapped into his strength because he's a strong guy. And it also might help him, manage more pitches in the zone with his hands that high. I haven't loved it because I felt like unless it was a high fastball, he was having a really, really hard time with it. So they went to work on Tuesday prior to the game against Northwestern State, and as a hitter, you know how that goes. You make a change, and then you go out and you hit 2 homers. It's like,
if something clicks, you're like, I'll swing upside down if you tell me to swing. If it feels good, and that's all you need is a little bit of jolt of confidence. I guess for people listening and the people watching, because I know what you mean by being connected and having your hands down and being in that position. And you said, his hands being raised high, it gave him more problems on the pitch down. Can you explain why that is and why, what being connected means as a hitter? Because, obviously we know what it is, but for the people listening, I think that's a lot of people love to hear the ins and outs of that part of baseball.
Yeah, so he's a really strong kid. If you high five him, you feel the impact of his hands, or you kind of give him one of those nudge and you hit him in the body, he's well put together. And so what we want to do by being connected is basically take the bat and make it a part of your body, and then get the body to move the bat all as one, as opposed to your upper body and lower body being separated. And when you do that with a guy like Braden, now he can tap into all of that strength. But more important than the strength piece, I think lowering his hands opened up more of the strike zone for him to be able to make an impact on. He's already a good high ball hitter, but with his hands so high like that, there's so much distance they have to go to get to the low pitch. And it was kind of like he was in and out of the zone quickly. It was too steep of a swing. Right. There was no margin for error. And so now by getting him in this position, it's created some more margin for error. And credit to him for working on it. Credit to Coach Wanaka for working with him on it. And really proud of him and mentally proud of him as well. He's hit some homers, but other than that, he would tell you he hasn't had the season he's probably wanted to have. And he's now just taking it one at bat at a time and making each at bat kind of its own competition. And he did a great job of that this weekend. So it's great to see him in the best place he's been, both mentally and physically.
Coach, if Cade Doty cannot go for the tournament, who fills in his role at second base, and how does that infield get kind of moved around a little bit? Because Cranford, I can't say, because Cranford's been great at third defensively.
Yeah, he had an awesome weekend. I'm very proud of him. He had a really bad fall, did not have a good lead up to the season, with that being said, it's a hard lineup to get into. Right. Historically, LSU lineups, this is one of the best ones in a while. And so it was hard to crack in and get playing time. And he just worked the entire time. And it's kind of the whole work while you wait kind of concept. And I could see it every single day. This guy's getting better, both offensively and defensively. He stayed engaged. And credit to him, because kids nowadays don't do that. They hit the transfer portal, they play the blame game, and Collier has not done that, and he had a massive impact on this weekend. And so he'll stay in there obviously this weekend at third, and then second base. I'm still kind of looking at it, kind of the total offense and defense. My hope is Cade can play.
Right.
On it, honestly, I haven't given up on that just yet, but we have to do what's in his best interest too. Right. He's going to be a high draft pick, and most importantly, we need him 100% next Friday, whether we're playing at home or not. That supersedes anything else. And so we're evaluating that. He's getting treatment downstairs right now. The best part about that is, I think if you polled me or asked me who the toughest kid on our team is, I would tell you it's Cade Doty. So
that helps.
If he can play, he's going to play.
Yeah.
Coach, I don't want to put anything in the year. I still have eligibility left. 3-time All-District 2A. So just if you need a glove, I'm here for you.
Coach, I don't think he fits the culture in there. I really don't.
Whatever. I started the mullet. Look at all your boys. You're welcome for the lettuce.
I don't know. You may retire if he came.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are going to keep getting me on this show.
Coach, this is your first time coaching in the SEC tournament, and we talked a little bit about this last week. To me, the SEC tournament is the most fun week of baseball of the entire season. Like, you can put, obviously you have Omaha, it's the World Series, and like that's great. But I don't think that you get the competition top to bottom that you do in outside of the SEC tournament. The SEC tournament is the best competition you're going to face all year, top to bottom. What is your approach going in? Is your mindset, hey, we're going to focus on whatever it takes to win this one game, and then we move on and figure it out the next game? Or is it, do you plan for games ahead of time?
No, it's one game at a time. Yeah. And I think both mentally, physically, injury where we're at, we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. And, we're a great opponent. Like, Auburn is one of the best teams in the country. So we're either going to play them, or Kentucky just beat Auburn 2 out of 3, is playing really well right now. I mean, they've beaten Tennessee and Auburn 2 of the last 3 weekends. And they're fighting for their lives, and they're so kind of look at that one game, and then you go from there. And then the second game is the Ole Miss result. So that's three really also. So it's really just one game at a time, and focus on that. But I'm excited about this tournament. Like, there was obviously a lot of draws to come to LSU. Watching this tournament, especially being on the West Coast when games are on at like 7:30 in the morning, right, and then you finish up practice and games are still on, it's like, it looked awesome. And so I'm fired up to be here.
It is fun. Are y'all still in the hotel with that's connected to the mall and the whole deal? Is that how that works? Yeah. Yep. See, it's just the vibe. Everybody's. It's Hoover's. I swear they did a good. They've done a very good job with the tournament there.
Yeah, it was kind of funny yesterday. A lot of us were playing close to here this last weekend. So us, Arkansas, Texas A&M, and Tennessee all actually came in yesterday because we were all playing, within driving distance of it, and just walking through the lobby and seeing how tired the coaches and players all looked. It's like this is it's glad to know we're not alone. Yeah, this is a beast. This is a beast like anything, nothing else in college sports. Maybe the SEC West in football, but other than that, there's nothing that compares in college sports to the grind of the SEC baseball schedule.
And when you're in the grind like something like this, like you mentioned, sometimes you might have to go to something a little lucky, something that's proven to work for LSU in the past, despite these two in the room. How about busting out the gold jerseys? Are we wearing them until we drop one? Or are these things rolling all the way to Omaha, Coach?
Tell them 2008 was too long ago.
Yeah, shoot, in 2008, our players
you don't want 23 straight wins?
They were like 5 years old.
Yeah,
they don't even know anything.
They don't literally know nothing about it.
Thank you.
Well, Santa Claus has existed forever, but we keep that one going. I don't understand the difference. It's tradition. Once you get hot, Coach, look, Omaha still. Ole Miss still has the camouflage hat. Now we got our gold jerseys, and we got our swagger back.
Hey, first off, you identify LSU baseball with the gold jerseys, so that's why they're my favorite.
There you go.
Thank you.
Secondly, Mikhail asked to wear them on Thursday. And I was like, hell yeah, we're wearing them on Thursday.
There you go.
If you want to wear them, we're wearing them. And then, I just felt like, hey, we played good. And, again, it just identifies with LSU baseball. You turn on the TV, and we were on national television, and you see that jersey. There's no question what team is playing.
No doubt.
And there's a lot more to it right now as far as recruiting and what we're trying to do. Obviously I want to win a national title every year, and I want these players to go to Omaha because other than the ones I brought, none of them have ever played in Omaha. But we're trying to do this on a year in, year out basis. So any recruiting advantage we can get, we're always going for that.
Coach, you talk about recruiting. This has nothing to do with baseball. This is just kind of what's happening over the weekend. You had a little tiff with Nick Saban and Jimbo going back and forth about the NIL. Do you have any comments on that situation or what's going on? And NIL, I think, is a great thing, but do you agree that there probably should be a little bit of some regulation, some help? I think not making it the Wild Wild West.
Well, I'll answer that one first. First,
Yeah.
I have no problem with players making money and creating value for themselves. None. I think if it could be looked at to where it's used differently, I think we definitely need to do that. But good luck with that now.
Yeah,
That's not happening.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
right.
So, I mean, I think it could have been well thought out better, but I'm all for the players making money and that sort of thing. I have one man crush in the world. It's on Nick Saban. So I'm siding with him on this one. But you know what? Like, hey, credit to A&M, man. They figured it out, and they used it. So we're doing the same thing. I mean, a lot of our players have capitalized on the NIL thing, and I think it's going to be better and better for LSU baseball players going forward. So it is what it is, and I don't have I don't have a lot of time to listen to grown men yell at each other on TV.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
This point.
It's good reality TV. That's all it is. It's good ratings, good numbers. Coach, I'm gonna let you go. I know you got a big weekend. You got your recruits are calling you. You got the phones ringing off the hook. So I know you got a lot. You got a big job to do. We're gonna be watching. We're going to be rooting for you. Selection show is next Monday. Obviously, you probably won't be able to come. Maybe though. Maybe we can come
we
on
go
the show
live
next
from
Monday.
Selection
But
Sunday.
we'll be watching the show, rooting for you guys.
Hey, you guys could do the show. You could do the show from over there.
There we go.
do it.
There we
Let's
go.
do it.
We'll do the selection show. And we'll just take it from ESPN. How about that?
There you go. Let's go,
Coach, good luck this weekend. Thank you, like as always, for coming on. And we'll be watching and rooting for you. And good luck.
Awesome. Thanks,
All right,
fellas.
thanks, Coach.
My guy.
He laughs at you. I think he laughs at you now. I think you did it.
I think I've broken through. Y'all said
think
he
you
hated
did.
me. I think
No, I
he
never
likes
said he
me.
hated
Yeah.
you.
Well, there was murmurs around the
I
office.
said it. I'll
said
put my
Coach
hand up.
Mary
I'll say it.
hates
I was
you.
on that hill.
Paul
I think-
hates me.
I think Coach Mary hates you.
Oh, that's too bad, Paul. The job's not yours. I'm in with the new guy. You moved out. He moved in. He's 20 years younger. Looks a lot better. Tries a better golf swing.
Not afraid of snakes.
Wow.
Paul, I see you at U Club. You just drive right past me.
I saw him on the road the other day. He just drove right past me. I don't think he sees anyone who's on.
Oh, man.
Um,
But you know what? I hope Paul remembers. He threw me a baseball at the Natchitoches
he doesn't.
Christmas
remember.
of Lights. I dove and caught it and showed it to him, and he gave me a point.
I will tell you what he doesn't remember is that
Well, you know who does?
you. Hey, look, that he made a little kid's.
That's
dream.
all he was trying to
I
do.
was like 18.
He made a little kid's dream come true. That's what he did.
I was hammered drunk.
I was like 18.
Four Loco.
Oh, yeah. There's the Red Bull vodka.
Man.
creatine
Hey, but here's
days.
this is real
Little
talk
trend.
though. This is they're in Hoover, right? Hoover's a big yard. Balls
Huge.
don't really
Very
travel
large.
well. Like
It's
I think
sunken
that
in.
it's hot.
Hot as shit.
I think it plays well for LSU's team. They have some big ball. Like this is the first team in a long time that you can go up and down the lineup and you're like, damn, like I think they have
For what they
seven
do-
guys, at least 7 guys in that lineup that are going to be able to hit a home run no matter where they
I was
play.
about to say, for what they do, it still plays in that part.
Right. And for what they're trying to do as far as hosting a regional, they still may get a host even if they don't perform great. But if they get to play Auburn this first game and you win Auburn, that means your last 4 wins, your last 4 games, you're 4-0 against teams that are in the RPI top 5
In gold.
in gold.
I mean, if you beat Auburn, what do you think the RPI shoots up to? 15,
They're at
13
RPI is
around?
at 23 right now. If you beat Auburn, you're in the
15?
teens, and at that point,
Yeah,
you don't
super.
because you don't have to be a top 15, just a top 16 to host. Like they look at the RPI, but if you're like a 19 in the RPI and you have the LSU
Gauntlet
background,
schedule.
the tradition, and you have Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and having what they know at postseason baseball, like all that goes into consideration. You beat Auburn or you win that first game,
Yeah.
I think you are squarely in the hosting situation. Right now, they have us going to Southern Miss.
Going?
They have Southern Miss hosting
It's pretty
us
much a home game for us.
and going there as a 2 seed, playing Clemson, who's the 3 seed, and they have
Belmont.
would be the 4 seed. That's what they have at D1 baseball. That's who they have us where they're going. And like, I know Southern Miss is good. I know they got a bunch of arms. But like, I'd be okay. Like I think that'd be okay. I'd be okay with that.
Poison you
draw.
want to take?
I think I would take our chances there.
So
I'd rather, as opposed to going to Oregon State or Oregon or somewhere
Oklahoma State.
where they always fucking send us.
They always send us somewhere.
Yeah.
UCLA.
Mountain time.
Ugh. Wait.
Yeah, that was awful.
That was awful.
You went to that.
I went to UCLA. Yeah.
Y'all got Little League to death. They bunted and stole and ran all over the
Yeah,
yard.
we
that
had
the
we ran
Bauer?
ourselves. We played Bauer. Yeah.
Was it the Bauer and Cole year?
Yeah. We ran
I wonder
ourselves.
what he
out
did
a
after
few
the
innings.
game.
Well, he's doing
Who,
handstands.
which one was the Friday night guy? Bauer or Cole?
Cole.
Cole was Friday, Bauer was Saturday?
Yeah, so we played them the second game, and their Sunday guy was a second rounder. So they were good.
Garrett Cole, Trevor Bauer, back-to-back days.
Yeah.
But we didn't face Garrett Cole. Garrett pitched the first game. We won the first game, so we played them in the winners bracket game.
Okay, yeah.
And I was our leadoff hitter that year. Got on base, and then decided we put on a hit and run. I wish we would have stole. I was looking to steal because I had 20 plus bags. Like I was a good base runner, or a good base stealer, and we decided to go with a hit and run, and that's right up UCLA's alley because they like to play those types of games. Read it like a book, pitch out, threw me out at second, couldn't hit the hit and run because of pitch out, and then so 3 innings in a row we ran ourselves out, and then we ended up losing. But yeah, going out there stinks.
Did y'all know that Bauer was like going to be a dude?
Yeah, I mean he was. Yeah, we knew how good he was. He just quirky.
You didn't know how long his act would be tolerated, I guess.
And I
Is
guess
it really that different? I mean,
No, yeah.
this is what he would do. So he would throw. He would full line the line, right? He would throw, like, and we're warming up, and he is throwing almost
Foul
a
pole to
process
foul pole?
kind of, right? Yeah, foul pole to foul pole. He comes in, he goes and he throws his bullpen. So he finishes in the bullpen, goes onto the game. Pitches his inning. In between innings, he would go back to the bullpen and he would walk on his handstand back and forth, and continue to throw in the bullpen. So he was nonstop throwing. He probably threw 300 pitches. He would throw nonstop the entire game, in between innings and during the game. He was just weird guy.
Then walk on his hands.
He kept his velocity up the entire time, and obviously he was number 3 overall pick.
throws junk.
Were y'all like in the dugout going, what the fuck is he doing over there?
Exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
What part
what do you
got to you?
mean?
The
That-
foul
that
pole
was-
or the handstand?
The handstand throwing in the bullpen. The foul pole things, whatever.
From what I mean, that's pretty much still the vibe around him right now.
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
I mean, it looks like he's never going to play baseball again.
Well, I'm just
No.
saying, like, through before that time started.
The rumor
He's
is
just
that
good, so you just like
the rumor is
Yeah.
that if he wins his appeal,
Reinserts himself
the
into
Dodgers
baseball.
are going to.
Cut him.
The Dodgers are going to release him, as what the rumor is. I don't
That
know if
contract?
that's true or
Wow.
not, but that's what they're saying. But I think LSU puts themselves in a good spot to be where they need to be and host, and having baseball here. Now, some may argue that maybe they don't want him to host. Maybe they want him to go on the road because they keep winning apparently on the road.
Road dogs.
I would rather them host. I think that hosting here, none of them have seen that postseason crowd yet here. I mean,
I'd rather him host.
They need to host.
Did you see the bracket for the tournament? The
Yeah,
SEC?
but I hate looking at the bracket because it gives me it's very
It's hard to
complicated.
understand.
Well, because you have single
I don't like-
elimination the first
yeah.
round of games, and then the teams then you have double elimination once you get past that. So like, there's just a lot of stuff going
Moving
on. I was like,
Plus,
all
it's
I
going to
need
be
know-
completely different by the end of this weekend. Anyway.
All I need to know is who LSU was playing and what time they were playing.
Did that Jacob Berry quote raise your eyebrow when he said it's like missing 29?
Okay, look, listen. So, Jacob Berry is very good, and yes, he has potential to be the number 1 overall pick. I think he will. I think he'll be a
5
top 10
Marlins.
pick, maybe. I think 6, right? Was the Marlins
Oh,
6,
yeah.
maybe, whatever it was.
Or the last one I saw, yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll be a top 10 pick, maybe a top 5 pick. But it's hard to make that comparison because Coach Maneri is a very emotional and passionate person.
boy.
Paul Maneri came out and said this was a few years ago, and they had a catcher, Romero, who was hot. He went through a stretch of like 3 weeks of being hot and hitting homers, and he compared Jordan Romero, to
I forgot about that.
Leonard Fournette.
Oh,
And I was like, whoa, okay. Like, this guy's had 3 weeks of, like, whatever. It's hard to compare a baseball player to a football player, but I disagree as far as him being the
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Because I agree that he's very important to that team. I would argue that Dylan Cruz is like Joe Burrow.
Me too.
To the team. Because Dylan Cruz brings more than just – look.
Cruz brings stability.
Dylan Berry. Jacob Berry.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Baseball.
Jacob Berry is going to be a top 5 pick, and he is he's a great baseball player.
Well,
it's
Jay,
hard to compare.
Jay also
to,
did say at the same time too, which is it is what it is. But he said at the same time that he thought Dylan was the best player in the country.
Right.
So that I would really
it could
go
be
back
crazy
to that being the Joe Burrow.
if somehow Jacob Berry becomes the number 1 overall pick, you may have 2 number 1 overall picks in a row, the same offense.
Could you?
That's fucking
I mean,
crazy.
you would have to hope that you would
That's recruiting
make some
protocol.
absolute, do some damage then. Because you'd look back at that like, man, they had both those guys on the same team. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
It
can't
is.
look at it that way. But I see. What
I mean, but you talk about that UCLA
That's
team.
a hindsight way to look at it.
You had
It's a tiger dropping state.
Cole was the number 1 overall pick,
Highest paid pitcher now.
right? The number 3 overall pick in that draft was Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer probably would have been the number 1 overall pick the next year if he not been in that draft. So they probably had the same thing. They have other teams that have had it's just 2 in the same offense it's impressive. And
No chance he comes back, huh?
who?
Barry.
No.
No chance.
No.
Just saying.
Zero.
Draft
Run it back.
eligible sophomore, you have the highest leverage you're ever going to have coming out of baseball. Baseball is not like football, where in football you can go back and you can get rewarded for playing your senior season because you had a good year. They care about production and what you're going to do. Baseball is all about age.
It's as close as you'll get to being a major league free agent.
Wow.
Yeah, he has 3 more years of eligibility, so they have to buy him out of his junior year and senior year.
Okay.
Right? Usually when you come out of college, they have to buy you out of your senior year of college, right? And now they have the strict slots and those things, which kind of helps a little bit if you want to come out. If you're good enough as a senior to get drafted in the first round, you're still going to get paid. But there's no reason for those teams to go up and get you and spend all that money on you if you're a senior, if you're not a commodity. So it's very rare that a senior gets drafted that high. As a junior, they have to go draft you because they have to pay you more to get you out of there. That's why kids coming out of high school get paid so much more because they have to buy them out of college. They have to buy them. They have to entice them not to go to school. So draft eligible sophomores, you get your highest leverage in college.
Do you think that for high school players now with name, image, and likeness,
Yes.
that they'll get monster deals, or you'll see at least the slots go up at least?
Mike-
Well,
No,
I don't
well,
think you
the
see
slots will
slots
go
go up.
up.
I just think you see a lot of guys taking opportunities in college a lot more. That 10th round pick may
No
not
doubt.
just go to.
Hey,
pro
I'll
ball,
draft
just
you in
go
the
to
10th round. You got drafted when out of high school.
college.
10th round, and they gave you a pretty good chunk of change, right? Now you're different. You had football, and you had baseball.
But I think
now-
about it if it was the same thing back
Yeah.
then, it would literally, I would have probably made a lot of money.
You would have
coming
made
on
more
the
money than they
campus.
would have offered you coming to campus.
just coming on the campus.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I think that's going to help college baseball. You're going to have a lot more talent come into school and not go. I think the way the draft has and stuff, I think people are seeing it now. The slots aren't going to go up based off NIL because the slots are based out of the CBA. They negotiate that based off of revenue, all that stuff. That's why how it goes up in increments. But
And it entices you to stay for your senior year if you look like a guy like Gavin Dugas. I mean, I don't really know if he'll ever make a path in the
No doubt.
majors, but you're
doubt.
a great college baseball player, and you're going to be able to make a good
And
slice
that's the
of coin.
thing is if you can get schools that are good, say mid-major schools that are good baseball schools that have a good following, let's say a Southern Miss or
Cal State Fullerton.
Campbell. I would consider Cal State Fullerton a bigger base. Oh yeah, I guess that'd be.
I don't think it was just their strictly
right.
Long Beach State.
But baseball schools that don't really have the resources that LSU and A&M and all these big schools have. Some of these schools that may only have baseball may have big boosters that came from them that love baseball will say, okay, we're going to start giving you NIL deals. And now these guys who are juniors that wanted to go and play professional baseball and get drafted in the 17th, 18th round and say, okay, we'll give you $50,000 to sign. They may say, okay, well, I will go back to school, make that money, get drafted as a senior in the 8th round and get $5,000, and I'll go play, and it's not going to make a difference on where I'm at because it's not going to impede my progression. Now, some people may think I want to get to pro ball now just so I can start my professional baseball clock so that I get to the big leagues sooner. All right, it's different.
They're going to have to the NIL deals really hurt pro ball in the sense of it's going to be a lot harder for them to entice draft eligible juniors and or sophomores and or guys coming out of high school to go into pro ball, because they're not gonna want to like really up those slots.
Yeah.
Or like even try to go over slot, because like it's already there for a reason. Like they're they're not looking for a reason to pay more. So they're gonna have to really try to entice you on, hey, you can get to the big leagues quicker, which that's a hard sell.
Man, I would rather just take that NIL
Right
money
now,
now.
so like a lot of guys are gonna.
Well,
just
look, not only with it's like minor leagues, you get paid nothing.
Yeah.
No.
So
yeah.
like, hey, we're gonna give you this money as your signing bonus, and you're gonna make no money in the minor leagues. Like, no. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back to school.
Right.
I'm gonna make 3 times the amount that you just paid me. I'm gonna save some money, and then I'm gonna go back. And now you draft me in the 8th round, give me $5,000. Okay, great. That's gonna pay for my living. And now I have money in my pocket. I'm not relying strictly on that money that you're paying me.
Simple fix is you just pay minor leaguers a little more money.
And
the
they're
whole
talking
game
about it.
grows
They're
think
talking
so
about it.
much
I think
more.
that's getting closer to doing it.
Yeah.
That just makes so much more sense.
Right. I think it's getting
I mean,
closer
it's crazy that it's gone this long, but yeah,
it's I mean, they get paid nothing, like nothing.
Ham
crazy.
sandwich and a
No,
pat
like
on the
literally
back.
nothing.
It's below minimum wage when you do
It's
it.
crazy.
Way more.
But I think
worker
Yeah,
money.
seriously.
I think it's gonna help. It's gonna go out like that, and maybe Mikey Romero
You made
does.
those Nikes on your feet. You'd be thankful.
Minor leaguer.
maybe Mikey Romero does come to LSU, but if he's just supposed to be drafted as number 1, number 2 overall pick, he ain't coming. Like,
God, no.
I would say he has if he's in this top, if you're in the top 15 picks out of high school, you're not coming. Now maybe the back half of the first round, you may have a chance to convince him, but if you're in the top half of the first round, you're getting paid $3 million plus probably, and now with the slot, like I've always said if I had to go do it all over again, $2 million would have been my number out of high school. You'd have to pay me more than $2 million for me to not go to school. That's how much I valued my experience and my opportunity here at LSU.
At Alabama. Oh, LSU.
You'll never let that one die.
That's unbelievable to me.
I didn't
Mikey
go.
is like the biggest LSU.
I didn't go or commit, right?
No, but you thought
Okay.
about it.
I
You
thought
just flirted.
Yeah, it crossed my mind.
Hope to die.
Sometimes you got to do what's best for you. And that would have, at that time, that may have been what's best for me. It wasn't. And everything works out the way it's supposed to.
What would you have done? Come back to LSU games in like your
Crimson.
crimson?
No, he'd be in
At
the
the
student
party
section
box.
full suit right now at Alabama
Or what is it? Who's
I'd be recruiting for-
Houston?
with the Bear Bryant fedora. on.
I'd
Yeah.
be recruiting for Alabama right now.
Grayscale.
Right on my show, mic'd up. Recruiting for Alabama.
Well, I thought of this name. I got that a promotion.
I did this. I got you that job, Jack. That was Floyd's idea. He got you that job.
Ride
Ride it up,
escalator, baby.
Yeah, you're right. You did good.
Thank
you. Did good. You worked really hard for Jack.
I did. I
Right.
saw Jack as my boss.
So he was my boss.
There we go. That's how relationships work.
Simpatico.
Simpatico.
Alignment.
Alignment. That's all it is. But when is? Did you see? Do you have the schedule pulled up for the Tigers?
Oh, I have the whole
SEC.
SEC.
Is it the Wednesday game? Do they play on Wednesday?
Wednesday, but they have to.
What time?
Dude, look how complicated this thing is.
Yeah, this is like a math problem.
Why? Like, why? Good transition.
Thank you. We can do a wipe. I could have merged it. I can wipe it.
Okay, don't show off
Now
now.
we're
I
doing
can
good.
Stinger it.
Jesus, just get it up
But I'll
there.
wipe
Take a
it.
bow.
There we go.
Yeah, make everybody dizzy.
I don't even see him on the bracket.
So we're game 4.
They're right here. 4.
There's Waldo.
Oh, here we go.
They're here's the deal though. Look.
Yeah.
So they play the winner of game 4, which is Auburn, Kentucky. Let's just say they beat Auburn. They play Auburn. So if 4 versus 5,
Take the
they play
microphone
Auburn,
with
right?
you.
You go and play here. They have to. We're matched up with Tennessee boys.
That's what I was gonna say.
We're matched up with Tennessee. So this is single elimination, then you get to double elimination. Hey, I'll tell you this. This was the best thing they could have done. Is made it back to single elimination in the finals. It used to be they have to, like if when we were there and you went through the losers bracket, you had to beat the
beat 'em
team
twice.
Well, no, not the finals. Not the finals. Never mind. I'm wrong. That was right. This is the same way. It was the you had to beat the team in the winners bracket twice to get to the finals, and then once you get to the finals, everybody had one loss, kind of thing. But
I want to see a Tennessee.
when you get to the double elimination part, if you lose, that is in 2009. We lost the first game.
Oh,
Mike Minor, left-handed pitcher, still in the big leagues, nasty, beat us, right? 4-1 or something like that.
Shoved.
To Vandy. Lost to Vandy, first game of the season, first game of the tournament. So we went through the losers bracket of that. We did not lose another game until the second game against
Vandy again?
No, until the second game against Texas in the World Series.
Wow.
Yeah, so we went and we swept through the losers bracket.
All golds.
Yeah, and we won. No, it wasn't all gold. So we won, but you had to go when you go through the losers bracket and you lose that first game, to get back, you're gonna have pitchers starting games that have not started all year.
Oh, we threw the
Ryan.
sink.
Okay, you're not even gonna know his name. Ryan Bird.
I'm not even talking the kitchen sink, like the sink.
We had Ryan Bird
Laundry
started
room
the SEC tournament championship game for us. Ryan Bird, left-handed pitcher, through 84.
How do you spell Bird? Was it
B-Y-R-D.
Oh, it wasn't B-A-Y-R-D?
No, it's Bayard.
Okay. I thought I might have known him. Anyway,
No, you don't know. You don't know. He's older. He was a senior. I was a freshman. Awesome guy. Had a couple innings here and there, but wasn't a guy that he probably hadn't started all year. He shoves it up Vanderbilt's ass. If you lose a game, you have to rely on guys like Nolan Cain, dealt. And
Daniel Bradshaw.
Daniel Bradshaw hadn't pitched at all that year, dealt. We had 3 starters that really they weren't in the rotation really all year. Came out there and shoved. That's what happens when you lose the first game. Now
I can see that getting contagious. First guy shoves, and
that's
then the
what
next guy's like,
happens.
shit.
And then now they knew hey,
Yeah,
boys,
hold
we gotta
the
go out there, throw strikes, just get outs because our offense is gonna fucking score runs, and we did. We beat the fuck out of Georgia twice, I think.
Didn't we? We had a rain delay in that game too, didn't we?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nola almost hit for the cycle. He did a triple. It was good. It was great. It was fun.
When you talk,
Helenihi hit an absolute moon ball.
I had 11 hits in the tournament. All singles.
Oh, that a boy! Old school ball.
I went 11.
All singles.
I hit all. I was
11 total bases.
It's no joke. I was the most valuable player in the tournament as a freshman. I was 11 for 21 all singles.
Ichiro.
All singles.
I don't even remember that. That's
Maybe
so
one
funny.
double. Maybe one
Mikey
double.
Suzuki.
All singles. I think I had 4
Slap
RBIs.
shot.
I think I just had 4 RBIs. It was crazy. It was unbelievable.
He was actually doing the running swing from the right side.
Softball swing.
All singles. I was like, damn. I'll take it though.
Absolutely.
I'll take it.
When
that's
did you
guitar.
realize it's dude, I haven't got? How many bases did you steal?
A few. I didn't care. I was like, I'm getting on base.
Yeah,
I'm getting
freshman.
hit. I'm getting hit. That's all that matters. I got 2 hits off a minor. Both of them were not hit very hard. I'm like, swinging bomb. I'm taking everything. If you're gonna get me on first, I'm taking it.
Absolutely.
And so, but you have guys that will really come into their own. A few years ago, Dykeman had his big. Remember the tournament? He hit so many clutch homers in that tournament.
Got him drafted.
Yeah, first round, or second round, whatever it was. But you have moments will happen in the tournament. We're playing. Kent Mathis was playing for Alabama at the time. He was our friend. He's an agent now. He's actually Doty's agent. He hit a home now center field. There's this huge speaker out in center field over the center field wall, and this was it's hard to hit the ball over the fence. He hit the ball over that speaker in dead center, and you have moments like that because
he led the country in homers.
he had 28 that year.
Yeah.
Damn.
You have moments in that tournament where everybody's around each other in the hotel. You see each other all the time walking down the mall, doing stuff when you have days off, and it just gets to be fun.
We talked about the Mike Minor situation. We just didn't mention his name, but that was the game where literally Mike had. If you go look back at it, he was supposed to be a high draft pick that year. He really didn't pitch that well all year, and then he absolutely shoved against us in that first game.
I see why he's supposed
and
to.
And he probably made half the money he made in the draft on one game that day.
I was like, that makes sense. Because you're facing the best competition day in and day out.
And there was probably 50 scouts sitting out there. It was filled with
you go up there and you shove it.
Yeah.
If you go up there and you shove it up their ass for a couple games as a starter, or you have a game where you're banging as a hitter.
Trevor Bauer loved it.
Hey, damn, this guy's got this ability.
Against
he's playing against this type of talent day in and day out. This is great.
It's kind of like
you tickled yourself with that joke that nobody laughed at just now.
I
don't
gave
think
him a smirk. I gave him a smirk.
I didn't hear what you said.
You said shove it up their ass. It's no wonder Bauer liked it so much.
Come on.
He probably would have loved the SEC. He didn't play in the SEC.
No, he didn't.
Instead, he punching buttholes.
Yeah, he didn't.
He
No
wasn't shoving
insertion.
up ass, he was punching buttholes.
This is all true. We're not speculating.
Google it.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say it's a little bit like when you go to a high school tournament and you're all hanging around in the same hotel and you're like, I know who those you know, you start picking and choosing who you're
right. And
oh, he's cool. No, he's not cool.
And then you start seeing teams start to leave.
Yeah.
They start losing, you're out, you're out, and it starts you can feel the same kind of. The only time you get that feeling is when you're in Omaha because You see everybody.
It brings me back to the thought of, I don't know if you remember this. I just remember a couple guys, and I don't remember who it was, but when we got there, I remember like the first day we get there, and this was the year before actually. We get there and we show up, and this was the year that Beckham was like a 12th overall pick, Gordon Beckham.
That was 2008.
That's what I said. It's the year before. We show up, and the day we show up, he's got like a pink polo on, I think like the front tuck with some shorts and some like flip-flops on.
Abercrombie.com.
Hair swooped to the side, and everybody's like, this is the motherfucker that's hitting 400. We hate him now.
I hate him.
We hate him now.
Gordon,
but he bang, bro.
I gotta get him on the show, but he is awesome.
Yeah, he
does
dude.
TV now. I think he does
He's
stuff
a real
for
good
the Braves.
I don't know where he's at. He's a good dude though.
He's awesome.
Do you think he regrets that fashion?
Probably
Probably
no.
now.
Probably not. Probably not. That's
Did he do the big belt buckle front tuck? Or
He
just
had.
the,
I don't
that
know if it was a big
style
belt
back
buckle.
then. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like,
I lived it.
he hit a home run in Omaha that, like, I still think of it as like, damn, that was one of the best swings, and like the way he hit, like it. And at the time, he was very like this one, like, hey, swing down the baseball,
Yeah.
but like this guy threw him a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and he hit it, and it was like this low liner in the gap, and I'm like, oh my god, that's the greatest swing I've ever seen. Like, obviously, you get better and you get older and you play, but like he was really good in college.
He was.
Very good. I mean, he was a top 10 pick, top 15 pick.
He went 12th overall.
12th overall.
Yeah,
so White
somewhere.
Sox. Because you played with him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think I've told him that story before too about.
He's
seeing him in the
funny
hotel.
though. Did you like
he's a
him?
good dude. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
Real good dude. That's why he played for so long. He's a really good dude.
Right.
Obviously, he's a good player too, but he's a really good dude.
Oh, there's some questions in the chat. I don't know.
Let's go.
If you give, and this I saw this on Twitter also, but it was.
Is the chat rocking right now? Is it active?
Yeah.
It was. I'm not looking at it right now. I'm talking, but I can check it. But the question was.
Don't lose that too.
Oh yeah, that was good.
That was latitude.
Best of luck with the show.
Yeah.
They're asking if you give Barry, Cruz the old bats, where do you think that they are on the home run list?
Same way.
Same.
Actually, you know what's funny? You're saying this. I literally just
They just
happened
go
to.
farther?
Bro, I laid down in bed like 2 nights ago, and I turned on a TikTok video, and it was a guy hitting off of hit tracks, and he was hitting with a 1999 bat and a 2001 and a 2022 bat. Exit velos, literally pretty much the exact
So
same.
here's my thing. Has there been a home run? I guess my answer to that would be a question. Has there been a ball that Dylan Cruz has hit this year, and you're like, damn, I thought that was maybe should have been a homer. You know what I mean? Like, no, probably not. Like, I'm not talking the balls that are hit to center field that are hit 107 miles an hour that didn't go out. Like, I'm talking about balls that like are mushed to left center that should be a homer that the wind didn't catch, didn't go out. I haven't seen any of that. So no, I don't think I think that the balls that they're hitting that would have been a homer with the old bats are being homers with these bats now are
way better than you think, dude.
very similar to what they used to be.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to be completely honest when I say this. Right when I left school, those first BB Core bats that they put out, those were the
worst.
The
worst bats I've ever had in my life.
To me, those were like the only bats that were like not real. Other than that, dude, it's been, and not just that too. Like a couple years after that,
probably 4 years after that is when they finally like.
Well,
realized
they changed the bats,
bad.
but then they also started changing. The balls got harder. They got closer to like minor league balls, so the balls flew better too. Which that's another thing people don't understand. Like when you're in college, these balls are whatever they are. When you get to pro ball, they're a little bit better, and you start noticing that. And then these big league balls literally fly like golf balls.
Yeah.
Right? But people don't understand that until you actually hit them like back to back, and you're like, oh shit, this is way different. So my point is I would say probably after like 2014 on, dude, it was all back to the same stuff.
Yeah, I don't think that they would have had any more. Now, I think the big difference would be, okay, is Thompson a double-digit home run guy now with the old bats? Like, to me,
I think it's the same.
I think so too, but like that would be the better argument. It would be like, hey, and that was the whole conversation about changing the bats is like balls are being hit over the fence that probably shouldn't be being home runs, and they changed it because not everybody should be hitting 10 home runs a year.
I mean, Doug, I'm not trying to be funny about it, but Pearson ain't a big dude. We didn't have dudes hitting balls over a center field wall. You're not gonna tell me Pearson's that much stronger than everybody else that we had on our team here. So bats couldn't have been that much more juiced.
Right.
And now, so I guess if I go back to like the history of the baseball, like there's been 2 times to me where the bats have been different. The drop 5s. Obviously, when they made everybody go back to drop 3, that's completely different. And then the BB cores.
Those first BB cores, like I'm not exaggerating, like we would rather hit with a wooden bat.
What color were those BB cores?
It was like reddish. It was East. We had East at the time. So
I know they're still the Stealth, right?
No, I don't know if they're the Stealth anymore. I don't know what they were called, but
Stealth was the last iteration. You had the orange and blue.
They didn't have the it happened so quick with the bat change. It happened so quick that all these companies didn't have the opportunity to like actually use technology and do science and figure out the best way to do this and get them to the BB core standard. So all they did was put 2 rods in the middle of the bat to deaden it. So it was like you had nothing behind it.
Did you instantly feel the difference?
Yeah, you could tell, but I had to like I tricked my mind. I was like, if I hit a ball in the barrel that should be a home run, it's gonna be a home run.
Yeah.
Like I had to continually tell myself that like I'm gonna be able to hit a ball over the fence because I know I can hit homers. And if I hit a ball in the barrel that should be a home run, it's gonna be a home run. And like that was the case for me, but it wasn't the case for
everybody.
That margin for error was like really shrunk. Like you had to barrel the ball up.
It's like playing with blades as opposed to like you know.
You had to flush it. You had to flush it. You are gonna get jammed a little bit and push it out like, and you can do that in the big leagues. With a wooden bat, you can get a ball off the hands a little bit, but a good swing, and that would still be a home run, right? But with those old metal bats, like no, the old ones, like hit the ball off the end or the hands, like. It still has a chance to go far. I don't think that, like you said, I don't think it's done anything now. I think the bats now are like, okay, they're like similar to what they used to be.
And another question was, Doty separated shoulder. Obviously, we asked Coach, is it his throwing shoulder? Okay.
Other one.
So that have you
ever
shoulder. Separated your shoulder?
Yeah, I've subluxed mine before.
No.
In a game?
I've never
Diving?
separated to where I had to like get a pop it back in, but I've taken a swing before. Like this is when I was younger. I was like when I was still like my joints were still. I say younger. I was like in high school. I was probably a senior, and I swung, and it like I could feel it go in and out.
Ooh.
And like it like scared me, but I didn't affect it. Now his actually came out, had
All
to
the
pop
way
it back
out.
in. Now he's done. Usually when you have that injury before, it happens more, and it's easier to recover from it. I think he's fine. I think what he's gonna do is probably wear a brace under his jersey and like kind of like give it a little bit more stability. But he should be fine. The only thing that's gonna suck is the extension when you hit.
What's the
Like-
long-term play on that, recovery-wise?
It just depends. Like if they give him an X-ray and see if there's any like ligament
Structural
damage or
damage.
anything,
Okay.
like there's there. But if there's not, then
Would that affect his stock?
maybe it
Shame.
could. But I don't know how severe. I don't think it will
Nah.
because it's not like it's something that's gonna affect
It's not
him
long
throwing.
standing. He'll be fine.
Okay.
Now, if they look into it and they get some rip shit and you have to put anchors in
Yeah.
there, that'd be different. But I don't think that he's at.
I'm
that.
just curious because he's just been so consistent. No one talked about him, and he's going to be a high draft pick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go
will say
back
this.
to your-
He has gone. Cade has gone through the first time all year. He went through a little stretch. His last like month, he's going through a stretch where his average has dipped under 300, and yeah,
Could be the
and so
shoulder.
like, but that's okay. Like it's, and that happens. He has 12 or 14 homers. Like he's still
Clutch
doing
home
things
runs,
that.
too.
Yeah, he's still doing things that. Listen, the days of everybody hitting 300 are over in college. Like the pitching's too good and too deep now.
Yeah.
Where everybody's gonna hit 300. It used to be if you're not hitting 300 in college, you're okay, right? Like now you can hit 275 and have some homers and still
be a good hitter.
Be a good hitter. Like
Yeah.
the pitching is a lot better now, deeper.
It's just deeper.
It's deeper. That's not
It's
better.
deeper.
It's deeper. Like the top, when we were there, the top now are the same. Like, oh, you're gonna have first rounders, top 5 picks, guys throwing hard. Yeah, but now the bullpens are deeper. Guys,
Yeah,
it's
but
just
that's what
deeper.
it used to run into like really good Friday, really good Saturday,
Okay on Sunday.
maybe 3 arms out the pen that are really good. Now you got probably really good Friday, really good Saturday. Maybe if the arms are not like, maybe if they haven't developed a second pitch,
Yeah.
the fastball's still really good
Right.
from the rest of the pin. Like
Right.
that's that's what you're running into
Look
now.
how many arms there are.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what you're running into now.
Right,
Yeah.
that's the thing. I think that it's just a little bit more consistent. That's the
Yeah.
difference.
You used to find the middle of the pin back then. It was 88 to 90.
Yeah, you were
now
trying to get to
you
the
might
pin.
still run into the guy who's throwing 95. He just has no clue where it's going.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a guy for Georgia threw almost 100.
Yeah.
And Coach Maneri told Austin Nola to sit in the back of the box like rookie of the year and not swing because he didn't know because we were beating him by a lot, and he was like, "You can't get hit, you can't get hurt, so don't swing. You need to back corner the allowed furthest part away from the field." And what did Austin Nola do? He swung at the first 3 pitches, and he was right in the middle of the box and didn't get hit. And then we played them in summer ball, and I warned everybody on my team, and the Cape was like, "Hey, this motherfucker, don't fucking swing because he is going to be, he's nasty, right? So he gets the first guy walks, second guy walks, Nola first pitch in the back. I'm like, oh my God. I get to 3-0. I'm like, nothing's close. Nothing even almost hit me. I'm like, I'm going to get rid of it. 3-0 in the back. I'm like,
it's always the worst.
Yeah, 3-0 in the back. I'm just
I
was trying to get out of the way.
How many of those guys have you faced in your career, would you say?
A lot. More than I wish to.
Right? Or you get in the box, you're like, bro, come on, man.
One of those guys is Dylan Betances.
Ooh, yeah.
And he's a big leaguer. All-star guy.
Yeah.
There's 100. It's 6'9", but he doesn't know where his fastball is going. I'm like, okay, I just can't swing. But the problem is his curveball is one of the best in baseballs. He knows exactly where it's going, and he throws it anytime he wants. But he's trying to establish his fastball, and I just don't want to get hit by the fastball. And so I would just take, and I would get to 3-0, and then you throw me 7 straight curveballs in a row, all for strikes, all nasty. I'm like, I mean, just throw that pitch every time. Don't even throw the fastball anymore. Just so I can at least time that one up or something.
Yeah, you and Yankee pitchers and fastballs.
Don't get along.
Never really get along.
Speaking of Yankee pitchers and Yankees, it's a great segue.
I'll try, man. I'll try.
This Tim Anderson stuff is interesting. Have you heard about it? You see anything?
Yeah.
What you got? I want to hear what your feelings are.
What's that?
My true take.
Because he's my friend, and
I'll give you
Tim Anderson. He played at White Sox.
Yeah.
I didn't know if
And we know Donaldson a little bit. So.
I'll just give you my real take of this thing. There's two sides of it.
Obviously.
I'll talk about the Donaldson side of it first, which is for me. I get it, yo. There's a history to it, knowing the background of it. I'm not saying not say it, but maybe be a little more cautious.
Not douchey with it. Or
not
just dickhead.
Because we don't know the actual tone that it was said, right?
Right.
We don't know, which is, it is what it is. Maybe be a little more cautious of throwing it around as loosely for whatever the situation.
Here's my question: do you think that it was a racial?
I don't know. So, but my point to it is and that's why I'm saying this, right? Because the other side of it for me is like, first off, Tim, if you called yourself this,
and he did, they had the quote.
Right? I know. I'm saying publicly, it's hard for me to believe that you could be that mad about it. Like I said, unless we know the actual tone that it was said. So my point to it is, I guess, is if this isn't a clear-cut, 100%, really no, like, in-between and, like, middle ground of it, like, case of racism, it's really hard to say that, dude.
Right. No, I get it. And, like,
that's just really
my whole thing was, my whole take on it is, if you personally, Jared Mitchell, said, man, I feel like I'm like Willie Mays. And you walked in with all of your best friends, like the way sports culture is. Like everybody rags on everybody, like teammates, whatever. So like someone said, hey, what up, Willie? Maybe they call you Willie Mays because of you said something so out of the box. I'm not saying that you don't feel that way. That's okay. But he said it. Somebody would jokingly say that as friends, right? Now I get the whole, because Hendricks came out and said, hey, usually you don't have inside jokes with people you don't really care for. I understand that part of it, right? But like if somebody were to say something in the sports world, comparing themselves, like if I said, I feel like I'm like Mike Trout, like I'll walk into the clubhouse and someone would say, all right, what's up, Trouty? You know,
like, 0 for 4 strikeouts. What up, Mike Trout?
Right. Yeah. Like, or the team. I'm putting a target. I'm not saying now. I'm also not saying that there wasn't any ill intent behind it either. I'm on the same page as you. Like, I don't know the details of this conversation. I don't know the details of the shit talking. All I know is this is what Donaldson said. He said it. Why he said it. This is the quote that Tim Anderson had a few years ago, and this is what Tim Anderson said that he felt after Donaldson said it. I'm only trying to make an example. Or trying to give a comparison.
Guess my biggest point to it is like, I 100% agree with like literally all of that. Like, there's so much gray area of what we don't know of how it was actually said,
right?
Which we'll never know,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So my point to it is when you scream wolf. I mean, when you're the boy who cried wolf and you scream about this on this situation, it makes the shit that's like actually real. That's 100% like irrefutable. A little more tone deaf. Like people don't care about it as much because you have people saying stuff about stuff like this where you're just like, dude, I don't really know, and like you've called yourself this, and now it's not. We got a lot of gray area. We don't know where to go with this thing.
Right.
He should put himself in the corner saying the inside joke. He should just
That's why I said. Well, that's why I said that. I'm like, I mean, just be aware.
If you just said, if you would have said, hey, it's not an inside joke, he just said, hey, he had this quote calling himself Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson has done a lot for a game of baseball, and he was Jackie Robinson. Took him a long time. He goes, it takes you more. In my opinion, it takes a lot longer to be able to compare yourself to somebody that caliber. If that was his answer, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Now he's calling him Jackie because he doesn't think that like you should compare yourself to one of the great maybe
trailblazer of the game.
Now if he didn't really mean it that way, then I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
then he's
like I said, we don't know. We'll never know.
There's a lot we don't know.
The actual tone of the you don't know if there was words before it, words after it, but it's just like, man, it's a little.
Yeah, it's
so
tough.
You need to make a conclusion when you don't know.
Hey, I'll tell you what though. The Yankees are a tough team to want to clear the benches against because they are fucking huge.
First one was
They
Stanton
got
and
some
JoJo.
large humans.
You have let's go down because I've done it. I was in the middle of this. I was Exhibit A.
Oh, you mean when Mikie was doing
when
boxing
Manny
classes?
with the fucking left-right uppercut combo and missed I had to go drag him off of Romine on the field in Detroit, and then I have 6'7", 6'6", 6'7", 7 feet tall, basically. Aroldis Chapman is the biggest of all.
I'm about to say, yeah. I don't. No, wait. No. Like that's the undertone of this whole thing. Everyone thinks Aroldis is like long and skinny.
No,
he is absolutely huge, bro.
Shit house.
Hey,
Oh my god,
his
bro!
shoulder.
I was like, what the
his
fuck
ass
is
goes
this?
up to his neck. His arms go down to his ankles, and they are
His
this
shoulders
big,
are
dude.
huge. His arm. You're like, wait, time out.
He's
I didn't know
got
this is what I
tattoos
was
on his
looking
neck.
at.
And he's
There's
never seen a fight
107.
that he didn't like.
And I'm like, okay, so I'm dragging him out. And I'm like, and then you have the other outfielders who aren't as far as like height wise that's tall, but you have Tyler Austin who wants to fight everybody, and you have I'm like, boys, we're in this thing. Like we are in this thing.
Bullets
Like,
are
I'm
flying.
dragging Romine off. Romine's going back. I'm dragging him back off. I have Judge like touching me with his pointer finger like this and holding me back. I have Stanton coming in there fixing his hair in the back of the thing because he wants to look pretty. Then I'm like, this is a bad team to clear the benches against. But I will say this. The White Sox have some big dudes too, though.
Yeah,
White
but
Sox.
but are half of them on the shelf right now or no?
Well, you have so you have Luis Robert is
I've never seen him in
enormous.
person. Yeah, I don't know.
He's a big dude. He is like he's 6'2" and like he's probably 220.
Yeah.
Like he's put together. Who else do they have?
Jose Abreu.
Yeah, Abreu.
Grandall's a big
You have
dude.
Abreu.
Abreu's
you
nice.
have-
He's too nice though, man.
Yeah, he is. And you also have the catcher
He's
who was
6'2", like 6'2".
right in the middle.
That's what I said,
of it.
Grandall.
Now Grandall is like he's not very well liked.
But say, don't be nice about it.
He's not very well liked among
Be so nice about
the,
Major league community.
Yeah, and like if he doesn't know you, he's a he'll big league the fuck out of you. He's a big like I'm a veteran, you're a rookie, like I don't know you. And we had a little incident in spring training last year, and I wasn't very happy about
Speak it.
Speak
I
of.
don't really want to. I don't want to throw.
Why not? You just did.
You just
basically.
did.
Yeah.
Okay,
I wasn't gonna tell you, but you just
all the
did.
way.
Yeah.
it wasn't bad. And look, he ended up rehabbing in AAA, and like he liked me and like whatever. But like I don't like how he treats people sometimes. So weird. I had signed late, and so I was on like one of the backfields taking batting practice, and I like really wasn't in spring training on any side. I was just there, right? Because it was still COVID kind of stuff. So I was getting ready, and I was doing running bases for like a drill with the guy, like with the team. And I'm like already kind of mad that I have to do that because like that's not something that like.
Oh, so you're bad. You're bad that you got big leagued. That you didn't.
Well,
get
no,
big
it was
leagued.
just like why? Because like the only reason I'm doing it is because it was the 40-man guys can't do it, and they didn't have a lot of roster spots because of COVID. So like, if they get hurt going to doing stuff with the big league team, like they got to be pulling the. Like, I get why they did it. It just sucked that like I was in that position. I wasn't. So anyway, I was doing it, finishing it. Well, Grandall was catching, and they had told me, okay, look. You have to we want you, like the rundown, we need them to make an extra throw, whatever. I'm like, all right. So
pickle.
the pitcher catches, goes to it. throws.
They basically asked him to try too hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Throws it to Grandall.
Bad spot.
Right. So they want Grandall to throw it, and then they want the third baseman to make another throw. So then Grandall throws it.
Mm-hmm.
I make the third baseman throw another throw. He gets the ball, and all he has to do is tag me. And like, I'm not trying to like score. Like, I'm doing it, and like I like kind of hop out the way, and instead of tagging me here, he swiped up.
Oh.
And so it went through my face, up on my helmet, and my helmet is just sitting on my helmet.
You got some lip on there?
He went like that, right? And he fucking hits me on my nose, and I'm like, I said, I'm already, and you already told you, like you know when I get upset, like I can snap, and I didn't snap, but like I'm sitting here like this, and so I'm like, he hits me on the top of the helmet, and the helmet is just sitting on my. I wish I had the hat.
Was it the moon? Was it the moon helmet?
Like cricket, like this.
Or was it a real helmet?
No, big league helmet.
I'm about to say.
Big league helmet, not my league
Did
helmet.
he hit you with the spaceship helmet
No,
or not?
mine. So he hits it up. He hits it up, and it's kind of sitting on my head. And I'm sitting there like this. I'm like,
Motherfucker.
I'm just staring at him like this. And like thought he was gonna be like, oh my bad, bro. Like he just walks back. And I don't even fix my helmet. I'm just walking back to third base like this. And I put it on there, and like the guys are looking at me, and they're like, they didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. I go back to the fields, and I'm hot. And I'm telling the story, and everybody starts laughing. Like, and I wanted, in my mind, like if I was on the big league team, this is not me being a tough guy, but if I was on the roster and I didn't think that I was going to get cut, I would have fought. I would have gotten in a fight right there based off this whole situation. But I wasn't. I couldn't do it. He's a starting catcher. I just signed. They don't know me. Like I can't do anything, so I had to wear it, and I was not happy, because it was so disrespectful.
Wait, did y'all speak about this again after?
No.
Get him on the show. Let's hash it out right here. Do you
He,
think if you were on the big league roster, he'd have done that to you?
No.
Like if, yeah, I would. Yeah, okay.
No.
So we just
Well,
thought
that
you
doesn't
were-
matter because they wouldn't have asked the guy on the
Right,
big league.
right. But that's what I'm
But
saying. He would have been put in that
He
situation.
would have, and that's why it was disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like you have.
But he also didn't. But he also didn't do it to a guy who's literally.
But he didn't know me.
Whether it doesn't matter whether he like knows him or not. Like I don't know, man. It's just much. It's a little much.
100%.
Yeah, so it was a lot. It was a lot. But anyway, back to the whole reason why he brought that he's a bigger dude. They have some guys, but nobody compares to the Yankees size.
Rizzo's 6'4", 240.
Yeah, I forgot about Rizzo. They have Rizzo. You have
Donaldson's
DJ,
big.
Yeah. DJ's.
6'5".
I won't even say he's
DJ's
sneaky
6'5".
big. He's, no.
DJ's 6'5",
DJ's
240.
6'5", probably at this point about 230, 240. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, he was
yeah.
every bit of 6'4", 6'5".
Hey,
Here, he was just a pencil.
Our rec ball basketball team, nobody could touch us. You had Renato, who was 6'7", All-State New Jersey basketball. DJ 6'5", All-State basketball in Michigan. Bo was 6'2", I was 6'2", and then you just throw whoever else you wanted in our rotation. Nobody could beat us in the rec. We were ballers. We had the
High
size.
flying.
We had the size. We had a Euro big man in Renato. It was good. It was good stuff. But yeah, big team. Big team. Big team.
Big hacker.
Wait, so what
Big
happens
hackers.
when you got in the fray? You didn't throw a punch or get
Where?
punched at the actual brawl?
No, I didn't throw. So I was dragging the catcher off of Miguel, who was on top. He was on top of Mik'd. So like I dragged him off to try to get Mik'd out of it, and then Castellanos dove on top of Mik'd to protect him for something reason. So
Grenade.
Mik'd now can't get up because our own
You just
players
lost
on
your
top
ace.
of him. So now people are getting sucker punched. I'm like, I was thinking back, it probably wasn't the best move at the time, but like you had guys coming around the thing, sucker punching guys, and like it just wasn't. But I didn't throw a punch. A lot of those scrums don't really have punches being thrown. You're trying to break it up so that the guys who are really mad don't really get in fights.
What was it over? Wow, that's a 1-2 punch for Mikie. What was this over?
I forget. I just remember Miggy stepping back and literally looked
So
like he
it
was in a
had it
boxing
stemmed
class.
from the last. It stemmed from the last. It stemmed from the last game we played them in New York when I got hit in the head.
Okay.
Right? So I got hit in the head. It was the second time I got hit. This chirping started. Alex Wilson, who's our buddy, threw at Jacoby Ellsbury. I think that was probably the last game Jacoby Ellsbury ever played. Hits him,
Got
right?
paid.
Hits him.
Still getting paid.
In response, Jacoby gets to first base. Nothing happens. End all be all, right? We go to the next game, and Gary Sanchez hits a home run off of Michael Fulmer. Michael Fulmer's arm's about to explode. Fulmer throws the next time Gary Sanchez is hitting. Fulmer tries to throw a fastball, and he has no idea where it's going, and hits Sanchez in the ass on that with 97. Sanchez starts chirping, thinking that he got hit because he hit the homer. which wasn't the case. And then it stems up the other stuff that happened in New York. So then we start chirping back and forth again. Miggy, they faced I forgot who was pitching. It may have been it was Canely, the same guy who hit me in the head is pitching. Tommy is pitching against Miggy, throws behind Miggy. So then Miggy is hitting and he gets thrown behind like this, and so Miggy's like this and he's like this, like what the fuck, bro? Like looking at him. And so then the umpire tosses Canely out the game without warning anybody. So now they're mad because they didn't warn anybody. Threw him out the game. And our pitcher got to stay in the game. And so then Chapman is warming up to come in. And in the middle of those whole warm-ups, that's when Miggy and Romine start talking. And so they're like talking. And then Miggy's whatever, and Roman's got his mask on still. He's talking to him. It's like right after the warm-ups were done. And then Romine goes here with the mask, and I'm like, me and Kinsler goes, uh-oh, it's happening. And so mask comes up, Miggy push, right, left, uppercut. Missed the uppercut because Miggy did boxing training in the offseason.
Well, I can tell.
Put it on there.
Do you have it on there? Can we get in trouble for this?
I found a way around to use GIFs instead of the website. And so it's just, they can't tell.
Oh my God, and then Chapman comes storming in.
And this is just the Miggy fight.
You can see me.
And then Castellanos jumps on.
Do you see me pulling him off? That's me. Watch, you'll see.
15, yeah, there you are.
There I am, 15.
I like Castellanos just jumping on Miggy.
He did. It looked like it was a live grenade.
Yeah. So anyway, so then that happened, and that's kind of what.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah,
that's kind of what happened. Is like, I don't know what was said, and then it was just not a good situation.
I mean, you can see Chapman from a mile away.
And then we cleared 4 times that game.
Oh, it's got to get exhausting at some point.
Oh, it was exhausting. We had a pitcher. He had just got called up at 5. He made it to Detroit at 5:30, right before the game started. So that was his first game of his career.
God, that shove has some fucking thump behind it.
Yeah, he's 280. That's why.
Nick,
I don't know why I go to that one, but hell yes.
I mean, that was Miggy.
That was Miggy.
But yeah, and then
You guys cleared 4 times.
We cleared 4 times because that happened. And then, of course, we're going to retaliate. So we hit someone. Happens again. They bring in Robertson in, the closer. That was a meme forever. It's probably still a meme. Like the pitcher running with everybody else from the bullpen behind him. That was him. Sprinting from the outfield bullpen. And he comes in, and I play with him, and he's awesome.
He's a good dude.
He's a dork, but he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
But I'll play with him in Philly, and so we talked about it all the time. He's like, man, I was so fucking tired. I was so sore the next day from running that hard.
By the way, he's got literally.
Oh, his calves are the size.
His calves are the size of this. I'm not even kidding. It's unbelievable.
He used to be the closer for the Yankees, and he went back.
There he is. Look at that jog.
Look at him. Nobody's even close to him. He's 20 yards away, right? So we had this kid get called up. This is his debut in the big leagues. He gets called up. He still hasn't had time to figure out how everything works. He's in the bullpen, and he's got to sprint from the outfield bullpen 4 times in his debut. In his first time ever in the big leagues, that was it. And so we had that happen, and then I think we retaliated. So that's the second time we cleared. And then they did something else, and then Betances came in and this was completely not on purpose, but lost his fastball and hit James McCann in the head. This was after we already cleared, and at that we cleared again, but at that point we're I know this isn't right. I know you didn't mean to do that, but in this kind of game with all the emotions flowing, don't fucking pitch that guy if you know that he has no idea where his fastball is going. You're at the bench, you're not coming in this game, and because I don't know where this ball is gonna go. And he hit him in the head, and it was just we ended up winning that game. But
you kind of started it.
Clearing benches is tough, man. That's especially when you're in the outfield, huh?
Well, especially if you have to run from.
Yeah, it was tough.
Bullpen.
It was tough, but
break a shit house.
Are we gonna don't get us in trouble?
Nah, I don't think we'll get in trouble.
You keep saying I can't get in trouble. That's a good show. Right here. Boom.
1-2. He was training that for so long.
Romine went straight to the knees.
There I am. I'm trying, and the coach pulls me off. No, get off me. Get off me.
You 15?
Yep, and then boom, there I go.
Look, you're in there. Get him out of there.
Yep.
All right, we'll get out of here.
But yeah, that was a good one. But wow, that's not a good team to clear the benches against. But I was curious your thoughts on that whole thing, because I mean I know my thoughts. I figured we'd be pretty much the same. Like there's a lot of context we don't know for me to say one way or the other.
Yeah.
Obviously Tim has every right to feel his way he feels, and then I don't know how the intent of whatever, but it's things like that. Like that's gonna be, they're gonna play again.
Oh yeah.
This year, and so like there's gonna have some juice. I mean it's gonna be good for baseball.
Baseball is a sport where you need like short memory. But every single baseball player, when it comes to situations like this, the longest of memories. They'll take that into the next season.
No doubt.
That's how it always goes.
I mean, he touched them when he hit a home run.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I mean, you got to. Here's what speaking of long memories, the guy who doesn't want to have a long memory is our guy who double bogeyed the 18 yesterday on the PGA Championship. I was watching on the flight.
Pereira.
I was watching on the flight. This guy next to me was going between NASCAR and golf, right? And he has earphones in, and like I was in the middle seat, so I wasn't happy, and I was locked in on the golf. And he has not acknowledged me, hasn't looked at me, hasn't even like glanced over at my phone while he is on NASCAR on his phone, because on American Airlines you can watch live TV.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it, and I'm watching the whole thing. Obviously, like I'm 2-hour flight, like I'm locked in on it.
You went flipping from golf to NASCAR?
Yeah, I was going. Yeah.
Did you catch him going left in NASCAR?
Yeah, I watched him make a right turn actually.
Oh no!
They had a big wreck. Nah, I don't know.
Rest in peace, Dale.
I'm assuming there's always a wreck in these things. But so I'm watching. So like I get to it, I'm like, because I was under the assumption, and I kind of had the idea just based off of who was in the tournament, and who was in the leader. I mean, who was leading. I was like, I just have a feeling that's Rory was right there.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Thomas, they're right outside of the top. I'm like, none of these guys have a major under their belt. It's hard to close a major on Sunday. There's a lot of pressure. There's no way the winner's going to be at 9-10 under. There's no way. And I was like, if one of those guys who aren't in contention right now makes a run, like I just think that someone out of the top 5 right now is going to win. I, of course, didn't put money on it because I was in South Carolina and I didn't get to win.
And
so,
you put money on Justin?
Yeah, twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so
took him in a future.
He gets hot. Saturday. He goes whatever. But this Pereira.
Pereira.
Just how you say like Mike Pereira.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Pereira. He's like makes a couple bad shots, but he's scrambling. He's making these putts. I'm like, damn, this may be his thing. Like he may hold everybody off because other guys behind him, like Zalatoris for a minute, struggled for a couple holes. Like I was like, hey, this guy may hold off. And then he misses the birdie putt on 17.
What got him was when he got in the trench, in the water, the little ditch.
That's what I'm getting to. So he misses that, or it may have been 16. He misses the birdie putt, but like the one revolution, it hangs on. I'm like, it's not good. Like that would have been a good cushion. That would have been 2-stroke cushion. You'd have gone whatever. So then he gets to 18, and he has a weird finish on his swing.
Well, did you hear the crowd?
Yeah.
So there's obviously.
I didn't hear I did.
Okay, obviously they were pounding booze at this tournament because everybody was real chirpy and like having a great time.
Oh yeah, you could hear the chirping.
Yeah, which was great. Like I love having crowd interaction in golf. But Pereira walks up to the tee box and he's like looking at his bag, and there's one drunk guy that goes, "Grab the fucking driver, boom it!" And he like looks at him, and then there's a lady on the other side there, "No, play it safe." He goes, "Grab the driver." Sure enough, Pereira pulls the driver.
But he
had played the hole yesterday,
and he played the same way. To his credit, he didn't change the way he played.
No,
it's just unfortunate that the bad shot came on the hardest. That was the hardest hole in the course. All he had to do, if he parred it, he wins. He bogeys it, goes to a three-man playoff. You double bogey, you're out.
Yep.
And he double bogeyed it, and that is tough. It's tough. And from what everyone, I don't know him obviously, but you had Neiman, they're boys. They're both Chileans together.
Watching.
And he's watching, and they show these pictures, and he's had an interview with them, or with CBS. It was on CBS. With CBS, and they say this guy is he's fearless. He doesn't care. He's gonna go after. He's gonna play his game. He's gonna do his thing. So I'm hoping that's how he is after this, because we've seen people crumble in these situations and never recover. And he's 25. He's young. He's obviously has some ability because he played this course great up until the 18.
I think that was his first double of the tournament.
Yeah. And then Justin Thomas
is a stone cold killer.
Justin Thomas is a baller, dude. He made some big shots when he needed to. And he put himself in a position to be. You know who's a killer? He hasn't won yet. Zalatoris, man. He made some big shots too when he needed to, and Zalatoris did not lose that. Justin Thomas just went out and won that because Zalatoris did not play bad, did not play poorly in the playoff holes.
No,
Justin Thomas just
dominated.
Played unbelievable.
And Zalatoris has a little wobbly little putting strokes. I've seen, and that's the way he putts, and it's fine because he makes it work for him. It's not beautiful, but when I saw JT starting to warm up, which I couldn't imagine what he was doing, he's like, "I'm 7 back. Why am I still here?" Like, I would have been packing the trunk.
Hey, Dave, can I get a monitor? Can I get a monitor here?
Can I get a monitor?
I don't know
here?
if that guy's name is
It was
Dave.
Colt Nost is who he was calling for.
Colt?
But so he has to run out to the range. But when I see what's transpiring, Zalatoris makes a huge par putt to even get himself in contention. And then when I see it's JT and Zalatoris, it's like, JT is going to eat this man alive.
But
hopped on Caesars.
But the PGA Championship, what was the odds at that
Live
time?
bet minus 140. I did it twice because for JT.
You bet 140 twice?
Yeah, minus 140. I did bet 140. I picked
I
him.
thought you did it during the tournament when he was plus money.
I did both.
How much did you get him at plus?
300. Because
Wow.
he was
a good day for you.
Yes, it was. Thank you, Caesar.
I would have bet him too, but I couldn't.
No, but I hopped on minus 140. I saw him get on the back of the cart, and the whole crowd's going, JT, and he's a match play guy. You've seen him in the Ryder Cup. You've seen him in those moments. He lives for that shit. He wants to be Tiger.
I like the 3-hole playoff.
That was awesome.
I do like that they have the aggregate score of the 3-hole playoff, and I like that. I like the holes that they picked.
Yeah,
the three holes
11, 13, 18.
Well, the 3 unique holes.
Yeah.
You have
who picks the holes?
The
Mr. PGA.
Yeah, whoever.
I don't know who he is.
Whoever
the
does
US,
it, but
who
you
you have
had
to play another 18? There's one course you have to play a whole another 18.
That's for the U.S. Open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
That
You
was
have-
Tiger.
You have the 7. So what hole was it? 13.
Yep.
13, which is a gettable
Par 4.
par 4, not drivable, but
No, drivable.
no, 17 is a drivable par 4. That's a 302.
JT drove the green on 14.
I thought you drove the green on
13.
17.
No, it was 11, 13, 18. He drove the green on 13, the second hole that they played.
Yeah, the second, whatever the
Yeah.
second hole of the playoff hole was a drivable par 4, right? Now, it's the easiest hole in the course, but it's also tricky because, do you drive it? If you miss, you get trouble. You get greedy or not, whatever. 18 is the hardest hole in the course, which is very hard. And then the other one is the first one that they played is just, it's a birdie.
It's a get you going hole.
Yeah, it's a hole that you can birdie. But they're unique enough holes to where you go from the easiest to the hardest, but the easiest is also a little tricky because do you want to drive it? Do you not want to drive it? Do you got some nuts going on? It was great.
Well, you saw JT do the same thing that Pereira did. He pulled driver on 18, almost catches the bank, and it goes in the water. Instead,
Yeah, but he did it low enough.
Yeah.
So it didn't. Yeah, but
for him to pull a driver after what just happened is a madman.
Zalatoris drove the green too, though.
Yeah, he just couldn't make the.
He was in a harder spot on
Yeah.
the green, but it was
a great tournament, and dude, being able to live bet golf is
Golf
so
is,
much more fun.
golf is the hot sport, I think, right now. I think golf is more popular now. Now, take out the stretch when Tiger was winning every tournament, and that was the draw. Golf is more
1997 to 2019.
Golf is more golf is more popular now than I think it's ever has been, because of the young guys, because of the long drives and how good they are at a young age, and
there's
obviously gambling plays a big part into
That's
that.
a lot of it.
I would say there's a ton more parity with younger
No doubt.
talent in the game.
No doubt.
right?
And you have
Other
the
athletes who
Uncle
play, too.
COVID hit, and everybody started playing golf because that's the only thing you could do to get out the house. And so the last 3 years, golf was the first sport to be back. It's gained a lot of popularity, and you got to see some of the personalities of the young golfers, and it's been fun. It's fun.
Well, they're doing that. Have you seen the Drive to Survive or whatever for the F1 on Netflix?
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing
Oh,
for
really?
golf.
Yeah.
So they're
That's
going to
cool.
highlight a couple of golf personalities.
Right.
So they're capitalizing on the
Yeah, they're
momentum
doing a
they
good
have.
job.
And the
with
match is a great idea.
And it's a great idea. And what they do is golf is so easy to market these guys because they're all themselves. You're not marketing a team. You're marketing an actual person. It's the only sport. It's the only sport that you can do that. Really, tennis maybe, but that's it.
F1,
UFC too.
Yeah, but like UFC, like you have a
Very niche
specific audience for that, right?
No,
like
I mean,
City Bar in
it's
Lafayette.
become very mainstream since.
no, it is. I love it, but like like golf. You have the 6-year-old who's getting to golf with his dad is going to watch it, and the 80-year-old who plays from the senior tees is like you have a wider range, and like anyone can.
All
play
I'm saying is
it.
there's a reason why they're both worldwide.
Yeah, right.
That's.
right.
I mean, everyone likes a good
Right.
fight, and obviously everyone likes
Right.
golf.
it's Formula
doubt.
1 and golf.
You know what I
It's the
mean?
two
Like,
fastest growing sports.
Right.
F1's huge.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
F1 is huge, but they're doing a really good job of marketing their guys, and they have a lot of really good marketable players to
personalities.
do. Yeah, and so, I mean,
Dustin
nobody
Johnson.
even talks about obviously DeChambeau. DeChambeau was falling off a cliff, and nobody's really even talking about Koepka anymore because Koepka hasn't been great. They're talking about obviously Thomas and Spieth are still good, but like Scotty, who really isn't. I don't even
He is
feel
not
like he's
marketable.
not marketable. But you have like Zalatoris, who's always in the
Most
middle of
boring man
tournaments.
on the planet.
You have
He should be in those All-Star
every other
commercials.
tournament. It
Yeah.
seems like you have another 22,
Just look
23-year-old guy.
Open
Lloyd
doors,
Courtney and
cutting
McCann
his lawn.
Smith.
That's right.
Yeah,
Are you gonna make your U.S. Open debut this year?
we have to see. I think I'm caddying the what is it? What month are we in?
When's the
Think-
qualifier?
The 8th. It's coming up next month. It's a practice round. It's a practice round qualifier, so I'm gonna have to sneak
Good
down.
luck.
Are you gonna start
Are you gonna start carrying bags and walking up courses to get prepared for it so you don't lose it mentally?
No, what I do is
Because if you get too tired and you lose it mentally, you're not gonna give them the right club suggestion
well, that's,
or the right read on the green.
this is where I came up with Firewater. So I open up a Vyvanse and I put it in a water bottle,
Fire water.
shake it up, and then whenever I start to feel a little tired, take a swig.
It's like Molly water.
Yeah, it's like Molly water.
Question for you: if you see Dustin Johnson on the course, will you wave a little bag to mess with his head?
No, I think he would probably have one. His stuff's better than mine, I would hope. Go get the bunker together.
Look, Marty,
Did you
nice to meet
see?
you.
Did you see? Speaking of, did you see Tiger and Rory do a little handoff? Did y'all see this?
Oh boy.
So they
What's
were
your
walking.
conspiracy?
I don't know what it was.
God.
I don't
Oh,
know what it
boy.
was.
Here we go.
But I mean,
Here
I know
we go.
Tiger.
Also, wait, before you get to that, shout out to Colby Wayne, my trainer. old
Yeah.
trainer.
Oh yeah.
Justin Thomas's trainer, is my homie. I'm happy for
continue. I
him.
think that's a good story if you want to do that.
What?
Just tell if you know like how we got hooked up with JT and.
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna get him on the show and he'll talk
okay.
about it. I don't know the details of I mean, he's just a very good trainer. And he's a good golfer. And he's got him and Smiley knew each other. I'm sure that he got hooked up with Justin Thomas through Smiley because they're all friends. Which I think Smiley's gonna come on the show on Wednesday, which would be great. He's been traveling. Smiley was awesome. He did a great job doing stuff for ESPN, being like the on-course guy. I think that fits his personality perfectly. He's always smiling. He's always happy. Whatever.
I mean, did you see him running with his phone back to the tee box whenever JT got in? He has a real future there.
He's gonna crush it.
Yeah, he's gonna crush it.
Finish your story.
Oh, anyway, I was gonna look up a picture, but so it is on Thursday or Friday. It's on Friday. He was still playing with Rory. Tiger's up ahead a little bit before the first tee. Rory jogs up. Tiger in the pocket, slides his hand, and Rory goes and grabs, and you can't really see what's in there, but you can see a little tip of something.
Fire water.
So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Either Tiger's been known to dabble in the pain pills, which is fine because he's hurt a lot. So I don't know. Rory had a little tweak back.
Maybe,
if you could get
yeah,
into
I mean,
anybody's
maybe.
golf bag, it would be Tiger Woods.
Muscle relaxer.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
He's got
Muscle
3
relaxer
golf
or,
balls.
like,
That thing's still full.
Maybe some a little bit stronger than Advil, whatever you want to whatever you want pain relief, or maybe it was
Vicodin.
Yeah, hydrocodone.
maybe I don't know what it was, but
Toradol.
He's definitely an 800 milligram guy.
No doubt.
I mean I'm definitely not having conspiracy theories on that. I just
Lloyd is.
I could tell you I said that Tiger was going to withdraw because he was hurting.
You could tell. You could see it walking.
Well, he was hurting. He was hurting on Friday. He made the cut. Saturday, it was a 55 was the high, and so he just didn't have you tee off early and cold weather. He's put together by bolts and screws, and I was
Just
not
think of
gonna-
his career too. Can you imagine how bad he had to feel for him to actually?
Now,
withdraw
if it was 90 degrees on Saturday, I think he would have felt a little bit different. He wouldn't have been cold and stiff, and
Joints are loose.
I'm not saying he would have been better off, but I don't think he would have withdrew. That's just tough.
That's the second time he's been.
But
Second
you're
time
not
ever
gonna
in
find
a
this
major he's
photo.
withdrew.
No, not only that, but this year where he's been kind of boned by the weather. Augusta, it got very cold, windy on Saturday, and you see his performance drop off.
Yeah.
I don't think it's because he's so tired. I think he starts to.
What hurts?
Physically, he's in pain.
He's
and
hurting.
Yeah, I say it was
Yeah.
hurting.
You
could
could
see-
tell in his
You could see when he
face.
was walking, dude. I'm just like, it just looks uncomfortable right now.
His foot looks like it's not attached to his
Well-
ankle. It's like flops down. It's like a bad Achilles. It's crazy that he's out there.
Yeah.
Is nuts.
Just to walk the 18 holes is crazy.
Also, he's
Grinded it out
yoked.
for the yes.
I could not get over how
Dude.
big he is
He's first team back day.
because
So he's got fake
he's
back.
always been put together and always been, but like this is the biggest I've seen Tiger since probably like 07 Tiger. Like,
Yeah.
when he was really like
into
whoa.
it. Well, they said he had to get big up top, like he had.
to compensate.
Yeah, because he's not able to use his legs as much anymore. So he's like, I'll just put a bunch of mass up
Also,
top.
Colby, good job.
Yes, and swing with all arms and shoulders.
Jeez, man.
He's crushing it.
Yeah. I mean, he's
DJ too
huge.
and Kepka, all of them.
Wow.
See, Tiger's so big, I can't even realize he's hurt. Cause I'm like, holy shit, he is massive.
He walked. I'm like, oh, I was like this, and he was wearing the green
Mm-hmm.
shirt. And I was like, he is fucking huge. Like, this is bigger than I've seen him in a long time.
He can't help himself. Like he just loves the weight room. He loves the grind.
He needs it. I mean, he has. I mean, his preparation is probably. I mean, it's unbelievable,
So
right?
it takes
all
a-
team prep? First
Well, I
team
mean-
all prep?
Said it takes him 4 hours to warm up.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine.
I didn't even hit a range ball at Pebble.
He's got to take his leg off, screw it back into his
Yeah.
leg, and then
Ice it.
like
Why did he take a cart? JD was fucking cutting donuts like Marshawn Lynch out there. You can get a cart at the PGA Championship. They have a different rule.
for what?
If you're physically unable to complete the course, like John Daly, who walked. I mean, he took a cart both this year and last year. But Tiger doesn't have his pride. It's too much. If he rode in a cart, he would have had a chance to. He wouldn't have withdrawn. He wouldn't have
Tiger,
withdrawn.
I'm glad he didn't do that. I'm glad. He
Yeah,
didn't do
well, Tiger won't do that.
I'm
But
about to say
JD
surprised
will.
because he ain't gonna do
that.
that.
I'm glad he didn't do that.
But they said there was somebody else on Twitter that said if Tiger were in a cart, he would have to do the exact same thing that John Daly does.
Let's smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, he had 22
I was
cigarettes.
about to, yeah.
I think he had like 18 Diet Cokes and 0 waters.
0.0 ounces of water is what it actually said. It said, I wish I could find it. It was like this many cigarettes, this much whatever. This
Peanut
many,
M&Ms.
Yeah, this many peanut M&Ms. 0.0 ounces of water.
that might kill Tiger Woods if he's like,
Yeah.
I'm not drinking water. I have to eat peanuts and smoke cigarettes. I've never done any of this in my
Drink
life.
beer, go to Hooters.
Yeah, he's had some
Unbelievable.
beers now.
Unbelievable.
Tiger, sneaky partier.
Mount is
You
it
know.
sneaky?
I think it was for a while. It's not.
There's
not
a mug
secret
shot.
anymore. Yeah.
How you know? How you know, Lloyd? Who's your source?
Google, bro.
TMZ. That's who the source is.
That guy wearing the mugshot shirt of Tiger at the first tee
That's
is
awesome.
How
unbelievable.
about me trying to sneak in that Jimbo Saban thing to Jay Johnson? He liked it.
He
laughed
did.
a little bit. He laughed
He
a little
keeps
bit.
up with sports more than just baseball.
He loves football. I think
Yeah.
he likes football more than baseball.
We played in high
I
school.
know. He's a
Nine
good running
yards
back.
per carry.
Apparently, he could run.
Yeah, average 10 yards a carry.
Jay was a running back in high school?
They say he's
Good.
fast, like a run.
Christian McCaffrey.
His dad was the head coach. Gave it to him like 45 times a game.
I will. And
Fucking
how about?
ace.
Did y'all see Lane Kiffin stirring the pot?
Yes.
He's so good at Twitter.
Lane Kiffin is the best at Twitter, but Lane Kiffin quote tweeted. I have it on here. I'll send it to you. He quote tweeted a tweet that had the amount of stars recruited from Jimbo from 18,
Just
19,
read the
20,
tweet.
21. I'll read the tweet.
Yeah, read the tweet.
So Lane Kiffin said he posted this emoji. You have to look at me because I'm doing it.
The thinker?
A thinking emoji like this. He said, at Aggie football, at Alabama football, the GOAT might ... right? Like, whatever. And then quote tweeted it. The tweet is 2018, 0 5 stars. 2019, 2 5 stars. 2020, 2 5 stars. 2021, 1 5 star. NIL introduced 2022, 7 5 stars in the highest rated class of all time. Makes perfect logic. After losing to Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Arkansas, and LSU and finishing 4-4 in the SEC, it was clear to the nation's elite recruits that this was a program on the rise. He nailed it. Basically saying, like, hey, I think Saban's got it. I think Saban was right.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, of course he's right.
Couldn't be more obvious.
But, like, Lane Kiffin is just
dunking on people.
stirring the pot, dude. He's
First team all shit starter.
he crushes Twitter.
Yeah.
He does. He is great on social
Remember
media.
when our coaching search and he would just take a photo of a private jet just to fuck with all of us?
He is great on social media. Like that is.
It's kind of the reason that I feel like he's going to be at Ole Miss for a while, right? Like a lot of programs see that and they're like, I don't really want him doing that at an LSU, a big time.
Yeah, maybe. But like, I think now with the culture that everybody's in, like as far as like social media,
If he started like really winning there,
yeah,
I think
that's not gonna deter people from signing him if he's like proving it. Like, hey, like if he goes out next year and Ole Miss wins 10 games, he'll be a head coach at somewhere else the next year after that bigger. Like because now he doesn't have Corral, he doesn't have those guys, and like he did it again, 2 years in a row at Ole Miss. Okay, they're not gonna care about the Twitter stuff because like he hasn't really gotten in trouble. He's
out there.
He's just shitting on people.
There's always going to be baggage with Lane. If that's
no
the worst it's going to be, take it.
No doubt. But I like him.
It's hard not to.
I think he's great on Twitter.
And he doesn't like Ole Miss.
It's a great show today.
Thank you.
Big
Me too.
numbers.
He did good. Was it big numbers?
Oh,
Big
I fixed the
numbers.
echo.
Huh?
I fixed the echo.
What do
Wasn't
you
that a
mean?
problem with a previous interview? I fixed it. I'm just letting you know.
How do
No,
you know
no.
you fixed it?
Because I have,
Did you record it?
no, I have people in the chat there saying, hey, there's an echo. And I was like, oh, I know what's wrong.
That wasn't the echo that we had an issue with.
Okay. Well, I
The
fixed
reason we
this
had
one.
an echo is because I think we had double recorded because we were
double.
recording it.
I think we double recorded.
I think we double recorded and it was over and we couldn't. Yeah, the Trey Wingo interview.
This hypothetical interview.
Yeah. Well, the Trey Wingo, I let her, we had the interview. We had some technical difficulties after the interview and it just didn't work out.
Sorry about that.
Should.
It should be. It's your
It's
fault.
my fault.
Good luck
It
with
did
that.
not go well.
It didn't go well.
Good luck
It did
with
not
that.
go well.
Hope it goes well.
Well, it didn't.
Hey, you live and you learn. Luckily, since we're now partners with Caesars,
We can get Trey anytime.
we can get Trey anytime we want. So he was great. He was a great interview.
Is he fun?
Because I could hear him. I had no problem hearing him, but it was
Yeah,
a
it
big
worked.
echo. It was a big
From
echo.
what I heard, I mean, there was an echo, but he was dynamite.
He was great. He's fun.
When he's not in
funny.
the ESPN
He made
tie.
fun of me a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
You
it was
give
great.
any back?
A little bit. Not. I mean, so we talked about.
Did you talk about the black bear in his yard?
Nope. See, that's why I needed you here. See, you
Wait,
messed
what
up
did he
again.
say about you?
Well, I was. What was it? It
I think
was.
you said, I heard you want to play Alabama baseball.
no.
I'm messing with you.
No, it was something about.
I
I
didn't get to that
compared
part.
myself to somebody else, like, and I was like, made it a joke, like, oh yeah, I'm here, like, definitely. He's like, oh yeah, I would definitely rather be you than him, or something like that, like joking, like.
Yeah.
I have to go look it up. But it was funny. I did good. It was good, but
If you listen back to it, you'll be able to hear it twice.
yeah, exactly.
Never forget it.
You know, it made me want to throw my phone out the window because I was so mad that I couldn't get. the interview.
it a shit show?
Not the day. It was a shit show the next day. Whenever I found out that I did not record
Yeah, that's right.
Correctly.
correctly.
But I fixed
took
this
it
and
well.
it was
You took the news
good. Yeah, it will happen. Things happen. in
I
this
know.
industry.
That was a big one.
It was. And that's when they always happen.
And it was right before the tournament, and Caesar specifically wanted me to promote golf for the weekend, and that's why I was upset. But we're at Caesars, we'll get him back, and we'll have fun. But he was fun. He's talking about Mark Schlereth, who's his friend,
Stink.
and
That's his nickname.
oh, is it?
I really should have been in on this interview.
How do you know that?
He used to piss his pants during football games.
That's
Google
what I'm
it.
saying though. Like this, it doesn't. Anyway, so I hit a home run off his son Daniel in AAA in 2014. It was like one of the first home runs I've ever hit in my life in
Played
Indianapolis.
with him. He's a clown. He's funny.
And so that's what he was talking about Schlereth, and I was like, oh yeah, Mark, tell Mark I hit the home run off of Daniel. See if he remembers that. And he's joking. He's like, he laughed at it or whatever. But we did good. It was good. It was good back and forth. It was good.
It'd been an all-timer if Mark would have like popped in the screen like, "What'd you say?"
Yeah,
And
but
then you get both.
he's there. He had a nice little bronze. I told him he said his tan looked great.
Nice beard. He's off
Yeah,
the corporate grid.
He's in Hawaii, living life.
They said he's making triple the amount he made at ESPN. He said that
Without the
on Twitter.
bullshit, too.
Yeah, he gets to go wear a button-down Tommy Bahama shirts and smoke weed all day and play golf.
Love that.
The classier John Daly.
Yeah.
Sounds great. But
Curtain call?
Please play my
curtain
curtain
calls
call.
and what's for lunch because I'm starting. We have a meeting, so what's for lunch is going to get pushed back.
We do have a meeting.
I
I have to get skinny again.
Yeah, because you're so fat.
I got sidetracked and I ate a vegetable in California.
Weed?
That too, but asparagus.
I love asparagus. Made your pee stink.
And well, they put
Yeah.
little baby caviars on it.
Ew, I don't like caviar.
Whoa.
I had to eat it. Though. I've
You're
never had
bougie,
it.
bro.
I didn't like it.
You're
I mean,
fucking
it was,
bougie.
Yeah, I
You
know
went
it
Hollywood
was.
on us.
I
Who
know
are
it
you?
was,
You
yeah.
went asparagus and caviar.
No, so this restaurant, they just brought it
That's
out
not
cheap.
good. That's not good.
Just this restaurant.
That doesn't sound like a good combo, huh?
That doesn't sound
the
like
rest must smell
something
like
I
shit.
would pick.
I mean, I didn't order it. It was just on
No,
the
it's
table.
What's caviar? Twist
my arm.
Snail eggs, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
I was gonna make a joke. I'm glad I didn't do it. They put it in the
Wow.
they put it in the sauce, and they put it on the. Look, I didn't pick the menu. You go to this place, they sit you down. They do a pairing with wine, and then they're like, all right, according
I
to this.
don't like that. I don't like living that. I wouldn't like that because I don't like. That's too much up to chance of me not liking something.
Everything, dude. That's what I said. I was like, I don't know.
But
I
you
was
ate it
either
all.
gonna,
You liked it. Look at you.
Exactly. I
Look
was
at
either
you.
gonna eat none of it, which would be a real buzzkill, like grow up, or eat all of it. So I decided to eat all of it.
It was good?
And I was happy. Yeah, I will never do it again.
Yeah, it was
It
good.
was good.
Okay.
So you're a big caviar fan.
Hey, they got that the Supper Club, which is an awesome restaurant in Baton Rouge. They have the caviar there. You can go get it. Make your dad get it for you.
I don't think Dad would fit in at the supper club.
KFC.
He's a KFC guy.
Perkins.
I mean, he literally just took you
Don't
to.
tell anybody that.
You
You don't think your dad will fit, or you don't think you'll fit?
Oh, I could make money at the supper club.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How is that?
Those guys that like give out mints in the bathroom.
Yeah,
They don't have those guys there.
Oh, I'm telling you. I could
They have
be the
individual
first.
bathroom stalls. It's awesome.
Come into
Oh,
Lloyd's
I
office.
love this place.
Come into Lloyd's office.
Yeah, I would make a killing.
Individual bathrooms. Each door.
Do they have any urinals?
I don't think so.
Did you see more than?
Talk
The
to
only
me about
bathroom,
the
I,
urinals.
only bathroom I went into had just a normal bathroom.
Just a giant
But just
piss
one
off.
bathroom.
Talk to me about the urinals,
Every door
please.
is individual.
Yeah.
It's great.
How many feet did you see under the stall? Only 2?
Every door is individual.
I don't
So
get-
you open the door, you go into a
Oh,
bathroom.
you get your
open
own
the door-
private.
Yes.
Oh.
And
what
they
a
have a
move.
bidet, Lloyd.
Do they?
No,
I'm just
but
kidding.
Lloyd,
They actually have somebody. They have somebody underneath you.
That's
that
just a
squirts-
water fountain.
They have somebody underneath you that just squirts up there a little.
Oh, a
water
little oil
bottle.
change?
Yeah,
Gives
yeah,
you a little
yeah,
tap
yeah.
too. You're good.
Yep. All
Going
right,
up.
next one up.
It's like a turkey on
Next one
Thanksgiving.
up. Oh, this is a big one. Boom, boom.
Oh,
Squared up there. All right,
sometimes you wish.
get your curtain calls.
Oh, mine's not happy.
Wait, your curtain call is not happy?
No,
Like,
it's a bad
You have a
curtain
happy
call.
curtain call, so it's
No.
not a curtain call; it's a closed curtain.
Yeah, but I'm closing curtains on this guy, John, the marshal at Pebble Beach. Look, you get to go there maybe once in your life.
This is Lloyd's way of saying I have played Pebble Beach.
No, that's what I don't want it to come off. That's I almost didn't get to play it. This fucking guy, John, the Marshal John, I saw him more than I saw my goddamn dad when I was out there. We saw him on 1, we saw him on 5, we saw him on 12,
Yeah,
we saw
pick
him
your
on
pace up.
14. Where I could spit on the person in front of me.
Pick your pace up.
I
bro.
couldn't. The guy in front of me's right there. They're on the grid. We're on the fairway. And he's like, I've been having to come by here a lot. And I was like, finally, the last time I saw him go, he drives off his smug little cart with his dumb
So you
fucking
didn't say it to
face.
his face, though?
Oh, no, I did. He was driving away. I said, hey, excuse me. And he, and it's like, what's your name? He's, I'm Marshal John. I go, hey, John, have a great day. And fucking killed him with kindness. But, John, I will be back.
Do you
I'm
think
gonna
that?
let
Do you think
the
that?
air out of your tire?
Do you
Oh, it bothered
think-
the fuck out of him.
Do you think that bothered him?
Absolutely, because he was ready to get, and then he had to settle back in. He goes, "You too," and we never saw him again.
Do you think
So-
John remembers you today?
Oh, I hope he does it because I'll be back. I remember him.
So this is how bad of an experience. He didn't even give a curtain call to the course. He gave a curtain call to the course moderator, basically.
Yeah, the marshal ruined the experience almost, but he wouldn't let me.
You shot well though.
I did. Played well. Could have played
Well-
better if John went up my fucking ass. God damn it.
Anybody got one? I got one. You got one? You got
I
one?
had one. Can we play the
John?
video? No,
Yes.
no. It's an American Airlines worker in Newark getting two-pieced by a former Canadian Football League player.
Early do you think this was in the morning?
I think it was at 8:30 in the morning.
Oh.
By
like that,
a
really?
former Canadian football league player?
Yeah, so yeah. I mean, it's
So
pretty
like
impressive.
former as in like after this video, or
yeah.
I
he got
wonder if
kicked
he'll
out of
make
the
it on
league
the
after this?
show. I mean,
Like he was a current player until this video.
I mean, you were gonna see why. You no longer need your services. Here's a box. Clear out the
what do we
locker.
got here? Let me see this.
But the current call's to the worker. He did get fired, the worker, but he had heart.
he did. He had heart.
A little too much
This
heart.
happened in the terminal?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baggage claim.
Oh, this is great.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Give
It
it
takes
to
a
me.
while to pull up the videos.
I think
This
his
is
bags weighed too
unbelievable.
much, and then he got pissed.
Excuse Lloyd, he's a little rusty.
Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Oh, so that's the guy fighting him. Boom.
I mean,
No. He comes back. He's got heart.
He's bleeding.
I mean, that's the
He's bleeding.
that's the airport
Oh, my
workers'
God.
fault.
Look at him.
Wow.
He comes stumbling back. You don't want none of this, cuz I'm telling you.
That's the airport workers' fault.
He got fired. But he had heart. He got up. He swiped the blood. He had heart. He wanted it.
Look, he's already in his stance again. You get hands on hips. That's the white flag of all white flags. I'm no longer fighting. So he hits him with the face shove. Right there.
Oh, wow.
No, there's an earlier part in the video.
Oh, he
No.
He landed that first one, too.
Oh, Lord.
There's another video angle where he dodges one, so he thinks he's doing well, and then this happens.
He's like smiling. Let's go.
He fucking
Hey, bro, you got fucked up.
swept
Took
him
two.
with the first one, too. Oh.
And this guy's like, hey, I don't
Four,
want to do this. I
five,
don't want to do this. Do something.
6, 7, 8. Go to your corner. We all good? All right,
Good.
touch gloves.
My man's like, why y'all let him back up? He couldn't even see straight.
Hey, he's screaming at him, get away. I don't want to do this to you anymore. This hurts me to hurt you.
Cuz, I'm trying to catch my flight.
So curtain call for the guy who got his ass beat or curtain call for the guy who beat him up?
Kind of.
No, because there's another video where it's just 10 seconds is missing out. This guy, he punches the worker at first, and the worker dodges it in one of the other videos. So this video, it's different. So he dodges the first punch.
who started
Okay.
the fight?
The not worker, the other guy.
Oh, really? So the worker came and punched him. That was not
No,
the first punch.
That wasn't the beginning of it.
Yeah, that guy throws the first punch, and the worker dodged him. Like, okay, let's go. And then he gets his ass kicked, and then he gets back up. He just had heart.
I was sitting there, I'm like,
He was
man,
a
look-
Rudy of workers.
I was literally sitting here thinking, like,
Yes.
man, he really didn't have to do all that, I guess.
No,
but
he
like,
got swung at first.
but I was
dodged
like, damn, that man got kicked out of CFL for basically defending him.
That's what I thought.
him. Do you
that's
see the
tough.
video where he dodges it?
yeah,
at
he
first?
does. He has some good head movement.
Yeah, he had a good
Okay.
weave.
Okay, because he was confident.
Yeah.
Because he was way too confident to get your ass beat that bad.
That bad. God.
To whatever.
Well, because he was confident because he dodged one. I'm like, okay,
Right.
we got to fight.
Okay, my curtain call, because we got the meeting soon. My curtain call is... Oh, we're playing it?
Yeah, see that? He's like, yeah, let's go, yeah.
Oh, no, so he... it
Look,
still
right
looked
there.
like-
Boom.
Oh,
Oh,
he dodged two of them.
Yeah.
He dodged a couple of them.
Oh,
Okay,
he
yeah.
ate like 3 or 4 of these
Oh,
bad
wow.
boys.
Oh, okay.
So he got hit a
was
few
doing
more
all right.
times. He got his ass beat.
He's a tough son of a
He
bitch.
did
It's
wear-
hard.
Oh,
He's
oh.
Rudy. And this
He
is where
did
the video
wear it. He
started.
said, let's
That's
go.
it.
And then this is what's over. Now you fucked up.
He dodged a few, and then he got caught
And
by
then he got,
one.
then he wore a few.
That's
and
how it
then-
always goes, right?
It's like when it's 16 seeds like up like 6-1 in basketball, and then they go on like a 20-0 run. It's kind of
Yeah.
what happened.
Oh.
Ball game's over now.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
My
no
curtain
upset.
call is to Michael Papierski.
Oh,
He
yeah.
made his
yeah.
debut in the big leagues, got called up
Saw
with the Giants. He's the 81st major leaguer coming from LSU baseball.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you name them all?
Congrats, Pap.
No,
Congrats.
no. 9th round selection by the Astros in 17. So that's my current call. Shout out to Papierski. He's always been a good guy, with good catcher. Had some big moments in that 17 World Series.
Yeah.
What y'all call him, Paps?
I never played with him.
I never played with him. But they do call him Pap, I
They
think.
call him Pap. I was gonna say another joke, but I didn't.
Pap Schmear? Nice. Look at us.
Some
Look at us,
podcast.
Yes.
That's my current call though. And then we have a what's for lunch.
Brought to you by?
Brought to you by who's it brought to you by?
Doze.
Doze.
Doze. Chili Hut.
Chill. Yeah, that was bad.
Dude, he was so rattled over here.
What do you got? Y'all thought about it? You know what you want? This is gonna be a late lunch.
I know what I want.
You know what you want?
You tell me, and then I'll say the same thing.
Okay, ready? 3,
3,
2, 1.
Romans.
Ingas.
Ingas?
Ingas.
Inga Hut.
Because I didn't get to get Ingas. I wanted Ingas last week. I didn't get to get it.
Do you go steak sandwich?
There's a few things, but I think the steak would be what I got. What did you say?
What?
Did you say something?
I said A&M. I said A&M.
Oh,
that was close.
I did
That's
say it.
close.
That's a battle.
Maybe
now.
A&M Mart. Maybe A&M Mart. That's where we're going.
Spicy
did
Cajun
say it.
turkey?
A&M
Duh.
Mart. Hadn't had it in a minute. A&M Mart. A&M Mart's where we're going.
I'm an all chicken and what's a good substitute for as a vegetable? I don't eat
Brown
vegetables,
rice.
sweet potatoes, brown rice. I'm trying to stay off the carbs.
Man, brown rice gives us carbs.
Stay
I
on
know
the
that's what I'm
carbs,
saying.
So
I'm
what are
trying
you gonna
to
be,
slim
just
up.
on
I have to go to
protein?
yeah,
Say what?
going quick keto.
I mean,
I don't think
Yeah, what?
there's rice in keto.
No, that's what I'm saying.
so you're
So
gonna
just
no
go straight
carbs.
meat.
Oh, you know what there is? There's shirataki rice, which is
I mean,
All the power to you, bud.
all right.
You
Thank
eat the
I have to go
shirataki
to
rice.
I have to go to the pool in Vegas.
F45.
Noah
Mine
just
are
got
after 5:30.
Rejuven me, maybe.
Do you think you could work by
It's not going to work by
Friday?
this weekend.
Tractor Supply store.
What would?
Make me huge.
Maybe, yeah.
Airbrush.
I don't care about
Like,
consequences.
I'll
Maybe
take-
some
Airbrush.
Hey,
some-
what's
some
the other
abs on
thing
you.
that you, what's the spray? Deer antler spray, maybe.
Deer
maybe.
antler extract.
Yeah. I just don't think anything. I think
I'm too far in.
you procrastinate too long.
No, I was ready. The golf trip got me.
Well, one weekend's not gonna fuck you.
It's like 4 days. Though.
It's not gonna mess you up.
Okay. I
You'll
just got to
feel-
go work out. I
You'll
feel
feel better.
soft.
You work out today. Work out the rest of the week. Work out when you leave on Friday.
I leave Thursday night.
Okay.
$190 round trip to go from.
I
You
know
watch
you may end
NASCAR on
up.
it?
What is it nonstop?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I thought
Where?
you were
From
Oh,
New
to
Orleans to
Vegas.
Las Vegas.
nonstop, but he went to Frontier
Spirit
combo.
combo.
But I
Oh,
heard
so it's-
Spirit.
so that'd
I
be
heard
270.
this is not. I don't know if I heard Spirit has the newest planes of any airlines. I've heard that. I don't know if it's
Is
true.
that good or bad?
I've not.
I don't know that either.
I've not flown Spirit
I can't
ever.
the
confirm.
cheapest new ones, you know.
Cannot,
Yeah.
can neither confirm nor deny that is true, but I know that Frontier and Spirit at least merged together, so now they are together, and they are in Simpatico, same company.
Yes.
So
Best of luck to
I
me.
just only seen bad YouTube videos of a lot of shit going on Spirit.
Shake my
flight,
hand.
So that's it. But we have 2 more shows. We have one more show. To recap, we are now a Caesar partner show, and we have our promo code, which is Mik'd Up, MIKDUP Caesar. So Mik'd Up Caesar, MIKDUP CZR. A lot of letters. All the
Lloyd's
alphabet.
gonna get it tatted on
It
him.
looks
All
like
the
one of your
alphabet.
passwords for your Wi-Fi.
Yeah. But sign up with the Caesars app. Put our promo code in. It's a risk-free bet up to $1,100. So if you really feel good about a bet, you put $1,100 in from your account. You make a bet. Use our promo code. You will get that bet back, even if you lose. So I mean, can't really go wrong with that.
What happens if you win? You get to keep it and
You get
more?
your money and all the money you won with it. So also with the sponsorship, we will be able to do a lot more boost. We'll SEC tournament starting. The postseason is about to start. We'll have a lot of LSU baseball boost, a lot of former LSU players in the big leagues boost. We'll have basketball boost. We'll have things that we like, that we have communication with the people at Caesars, and we will be able to create boost so that you will be able to win money and that you will be able to watch our show. But to be able to do that, we would ask you to please use our promo code to sign up for the Caesars app. If you have the Caesars app and you can't sign up, get your girlfriend or your mom
Or delete
your
the app,
sister.
delete
the
I don't
app.
think you can do that.
Can't
If
use
you
a different
don't
You
have
have
email?
to use your
Caesars
social
app.
security number. So I think they already know.
Bastards.
If
What's
you
that?
don't have the Caesars app, get it.
If you don't have it, get it. Use a promo code. If you do have it, but your girlfriend doesn't have it, or your mom doesn't have it, or your brother doesn't have it, or someone
don't.
else who is of the age to bet does not have it, use theirs. Use our promo code. We greatly appreciate it. We'd be able to get you a lot of bets. We're going to win you a lot of money.
6-0
and we're gonna have
this
fun doing it.
weekend.
Boom,
6-0.
6-0. I was
Right before
0-0
Vegas.
because I was in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and we
1-0.
could not go. I was 1-0 on your app because I couldn't bet on my app. But I would have bet all of the overs, so I technically would have been 4-0. I'd have bet all LSU game overs and
Technically, you don't
LSU game
win.
money line. So I technically would have been like 7-0. I would have won 2 game. I would have won same game parlays 3 games
This
in
is
a
how
row.
Mikey's brain works.
Technically,
I
I'm
love
in the big league.
I mean, that's what I would have bet.
it. I know.
I'm Mike Trout.
I mean, literally, based off of my history, I would have
Okay,
bet those
Jackie.
and whatever. Anyways,
Technically speaking.
thanks for tuning in. We'll be back again on Wednesday. You can catch us live on Mondays and Wednesdays and on Fridays, live from Earl's. We're not going to be there this Friday again. It's Memorial Day weekend. Got a lot of people moving around. Got a lot of things going.
No Monday either.
No Monday because of Memorial Day. Maybe that'll change. I don't think so. Maybe we'll be no off day on Memorial Day, holiday weekend. Take a big extended weekend, and we'll be back next week, middle of the week. Oh, not next week. We're back on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
We're not gonna have a show on Friday, but
A
we
week
are
from
going.
2 days from
We'll
now.
be. Earl's will be back at his original time the following week. Catch us on YouTube. Subscribe, share, tell a friend. Use our promo code. We are on all podcast networks, Apple and Spotify. Appreciate you for tuning in. We'll have another show on Wednesday. I think Smiley Kaufman is going to be on the show. He's got a lot of traveling, new career, doing a bunch of different things. We're going to see what happens. But you're watching Mik'd Up. We are brought to you by Sterling Automotive. Peace.